We're here. We're live. People are on. We've got everything set up. It only takes roughly 3 hours to get a stream set up now with all the different things that we have going on. Clapping for the start of the stream. Hopefully it works. It does. So, it's been roughly 30 years since we worked on the Trident build. We're gonna make some time. We're gonna make some catch up today. I swear. Make ketchup. That doesn't sound good. We're gonna catch up today on the build. We're gonna do a lot of things. There's a lot of people in chat. We're gonna do a couple hours here. We're gonna make some progress. I would like to be halfway done. That's wishful thinking. I know something's gonna go wrong. I did work with Steve Builds a bit. We're gonna get something
for the after stream Frosty Beverage Fund.
Andrew Rogers, thank you very much for the $10. That's much appreciated. I did work with Steve a little bit. He gave me some different printed parts that are specific to the LDO kit. Maybe I didn't have them, so I've printed like 2 sets of parts now, but that's okay. We're gonna get on the right track here. But before we get started, we've got some business to do. So first we have to swing it to our sidekick in the laundry room. Welcome.
Good morning. Hello, hello all.
Clapping for the sidekick being here. That's always appreciated. So sidekick, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, you know.
We're running a little late.
It's here. It's you know, things. Yeah. Okay. So so sidekick is here. She will be pushing us through this with positivity and, you know, hopefully no swearing. And we'll put her down in the corner. So there she is, live from the laundry room. Everybody loves you. Andrew, again, I know I thanked you. There's been some new channel members. There's also, so since the last time we did some YouTube streaming, there's also little click buttons and stuff that I've never seen before. Like there's a big heart on the screen. And like, so you're logged in as you. Do you see the same emojis and stuff over there that I'm seeing here?
I do. Yes,
you can do the things and all of that stuff.
So yes, I can give you. Let's see. Let me give you a heart. Can you see? Oh, that's on the chat.
Yeah, now I'm seeing like 100%, and
yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but you know, YouTube things. Nobody puts sidekick in the corner. That's right. So, I do have my granite here, so I'm gonna be a good Voron assembly person. So what happened since the last time we did this? So pretty much the only thing we got done during the last stream was we did get the frame together. Now, one of the things that about the LDO kit that it's not a concern, but I was taken back a bit, that they're so tight. The tolerance is so tight, you really can't use T-nuts how they were intended. You really need to slide them in from the end. So the only thing I have done since that last stream is I took it apart and I put all the correct amounts of T-nuts in all of the extrusion, except maybe for this top piece that goes in here. Did I do that one? Now I'm questioning. It's been a long time. I don't even know the last time. Yes, I did those, so they're in there. It's been a long time since we did that stream. Again, I did talk to Steve, so I got all that. So the first thing we're going to do is try to get this thing square. Again, I have my granite here, so we should be able to square this up. And then we'll continue on from there. And I did see Maple Leaf Maker in the chat this morning. And if you are building a Trident, I'm just going to shout out he is a YouTuber. I'm going to shout out his channel. I followed his video, this one right here, to get all those T-nuts aligned. He walks through it. You can pause it. You can line them all up. He shows you every extrusion, every side, every size, all of that to get all these T-nuts lined up. So thank you for that. That was a huge help. YouTube power for the win. Okay, so now we're all level set. Actually, we did a little bit more than that last time. I do have some of the motors completed and some of the idlers. So we did a little bit better than just the frame, but we're going to start with the frame today. So I see there's all kinds of things going on in the chat. I don't know. We'll eventually get to, oh, that's ceiling. We don't want ceiling. Ceiling's clown shoes. She thinks it's funny, even though she doesn't admit it. She thinks it's hysterical. I'm like this all day. We'll get to that in a second. we're going to line things up, make sure that things are square. So let's get some sort of squares thingy-like thingies and just run around and make sure everything's ready to go on the frame. How is everyone else doing? I see there's all kinds of things in the chat. There's Maple Leaf Makers. Yeah, thank you. You are much appreciated, my friend. So one of these extrusions helps you line up the gantry. Might as well just grab all of these. I did actually go get my mechanics cart. There were so many parts to this, and I built some trays. I don't think I had the trays last time. I went and got my mechanics cart and stacked all this on here so that I could push it out of the way while I wasn't working on it. So it's been in this cart for, I don't know, 2 months. I have no idea when we worked on this. But one of these, it's not that one, it's that one, will help you ensure that your gantry is at the right height. So let's just do a little bit of scoping out here from the last time we did this. Looks bluish. I don't know what looks bluish, but space gray. Okay, yes, this is the space gray version. You are correct. These, by the way, these little things, I don't remember who posted this. I want to say it was, his name is Chris, but I can't remember his last name. Kiersey. That he has a YouTube channel. I believe he posted this somewhere. These little squares at just little 45-degree angles. These work great for 3D printer kits, by the way. So yes, I have full intentions of getting something completed on this today. I was flipping through the LDO manual and the Trident manual, and man, there are a lot of steps to this thing. But that's kind of, that's par for the course when you're building Voron. They're pretty neat machines, but man, they are involved. Heat advisory till Thursday. No grilling this weekend.
No grilling this week.
You don't
Dave
wanna...
Wilson said something about it being hot. Dave's here.
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to knock this stream out here fairly early.
Get it done early. Stay inside.
I think like everybody, like, I don't know what the percentages of the United States, but there's a lot of us under heat advisory
It is
right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. I both love and hate this time of year, I really like the sound of the locusts and the cicada and the tree frogs. I like the nighttime sounds but it's so hot.
Yeah, but then there's the face melting.
It's oppressive. Yeah, just go.
Indiana Jones style.
I don't want to go out there. The car seats burn my behind when I get.
They do.
The car.
I experienced that the other day for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
We have a newer car now that has, what do they call it? It's basically
Softex.
Yeah, it's basically like super vinyl.
Yeah,
Like old school vinyl, but new wave. And that stuff will burn the crap out of you. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Haven't experienced that since I was very young.
Yeah. Are you using a wider angle camera? I don't think so. Using a wider angle camera? No.
Yep. It's just always kind of fish-eyed when we're doing these stream things.
But hello, Sergio. Anyway, hello. How are you?
Sergio's here. Yes, I'm very focused on building today, and I'm sorry, chat. I love all you people, but I'm gonna get some things built today. I swear to you. This has been like rubbing the back of my mind. I gotta get this thing done. I talked to Jason at LDO sent this over, and I really appreciate it. Jason does all kinds of awesome things for us. We were right next to him at Murph, and I apologize. It's like, man, I know I haven't got that Trident kit done yet, and I apologize. I know you sent it forever ago, all that. And he's like, as long as you have fun. I'm like, well, that's really nice of you to say. Like, what? You can't find a nicer guy than Jason. As long as you have fun.
You're having fun.
If it's a competition to get this done before I die, then yeah, I'm having fun. Eric from Ohio, hello. I considered, we've got all these stupid sounds on the stream labs thing. I considered pulling in some Seinfeld, and we'd have to have the hello, but I'd probably get sued or something.
Yeah.
Sony or Fox. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes,
But
they'd probably get you.
hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Once you get started on that, never stops.
Yes. When I was doing the lunch lady gig, I would use Seinfeld quotes, and the kids never got it.
Yeah. Their parents probably wouldn't get it.
Probably not. It's just sad now. It is weird watching the reruns though, and they don't use cell phones. They're not, like they have answering machines.
If you can get past certain things, it still holds up. But
yeah.
you're right. I mean, there's little things that make it seem really dated. But if you can get, especially like the first season and a half, maybe 2 seasons, it seems really dated. Once they get more into the 90s era, it's not as bad. But again, if you can get past it, it's still funny. It's still great.
Yes, it is. And, I think the subject matter is still valid. I mean, the problems of the 90s.
Since it's about nothing.
Social in society. Yeah,
right.
That's probably one of my favorites, by the way, is we're living in a society. And
well, he's like one of the worst people.
Oh, I know. George has no redeeming qualities. It's hilarious. But still, like I said, valid. But you can still kind of relate.
I don't know. I don't know. I still think it's funny.
Me too. I enjoy it.
And, the most popular episodes, like the quotes and stuff, those are good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I think, like, the hello one, I don't know, a lot of people know that one. But, Soup Nazi, it's okay.
Everybody uses that one.
Everybody says that all the time. Or they used to, old people like us. But nothing, if you're a Seinfeld fan, nothing is better. I don't even know what the episodes are called. I don't know the actual names of those. But nothing is better than Kenny Rogers' Chicken.
That's one.
That's the best episode.
Mr. Marbles. That's the best one.
So if you're a casual Seinfeld watcher, or if you really are into the show, go back and watch Kenny Rogers' Chicken, because it's probably one of the best things I've ever seen. I wish I knew the name of the episode. I'd have to look it up for you.
It's a good one, though. I like that one, too, where Jerry turns into Kramer.
Will no one think of the fish? Yeah.
I don't know that one. I'm sorry. I didn't catch the reference, or I would have responded. What is that, honey?
So... No, I'm trying, because I don't think that's the one where he's the marine or he's playing to be the marine biologist. I think that might be that one.
Oh.
Where he saves the whale after Kramer hits the golf ball. Hole in one. I don't remember. There's so many good episodes, but... Oh, that's right, the car part. Where they're walking around trying to find the car. And Elaine has the fish in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody think of the fish. That's what that one was.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That one just goes on forever. That's like one of the original episodes.
Andy hasn't seen any of the Seinfeld episodes.
Well, now he's got something to do.
It's like it's on Netflix, Andy. If you got Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out
we
there
watched
somewhere.
It in Mexico.
yeah, we had like a rain. We went to Mexico not too long ago, and we had like a rain day. And you turn on TV and it's in Spanish. Who knew?
Yeah.
So they had Netflix and Seinfeld was on there, so we caught up on a few episodes. It's awesome. I think, well, I was just gonna say something, but I was gonna say, I think people would still watch that show even if they rebooted it, but if Kramer was on it, I don't think a lot of people would receive it very well.
Yeah, he got canceled.
After
Big time.
his post-show events, probably. I think if that wouldn't have happened, they would have probably rebooted it already. I don't know. Jerry Seinfeld's like a billionaire, so he probably doesn't need the money.
I think he's old and cranky now too.
But Larry David's still around. You know, he was the other half of that show. He like wrote most of that stuff. Him and Jerry.
Yeah, and I haven't ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I have never
think
seen
Larry
that
David's
show.
hilarious. I just never really watched.
Nope.
But that's also Curb Your Enthusiasm is what's that? Oh, now I can't remember that style of comedy where you just think of things on the fly.
Oh, it's like improv?
Improv.
I
didn't.
didn't.
A lot of it is improv.
Well, that makes sense with Larry David, but
Yeah.
I did not know that. I've never seen it. But,
Yeah.
boy, we're really dating ourselves today.
Well,
Okay. So I'm pretty happy with all of that. So I think we can move on. So open up your homework, page 32. Actually, what page are we on?
I don't know.
Well, it had the link in the chat last time, so I just copied this live stream. I copied the first live stream to this one, so it should have all the same stuff in the description. I know there are folks that like to follow along. I'm looking at the LDO notes right now. Lead nuts attached to lead screws, Z screws, motor box. Okay, so that's page 79. I don't have another note until page 79. So what page might we be on? There's frame, extrusions. You're finally building a real printer. Congrats. I don't know when I built a fake one, but all right. Snaps. So all of that. So here's the front idlers. Got those. Oh, they both have adjusters on them. Okay, so that one's got a heated. Now I'm kind of remembering what's going on here. So it's got heated inserts. That one had as opposed to a fake one. Voron's the best one. All right, fair enough. Thank you for watching the content. Always appreciate it. So I did have some questions, like when I stacked these. You know, when you do things at the end of a stream, maybe they're not as good as at the beginning of the stream. On the LDO kit, it looks fairly straight. On the LDO kit, they use a 5mm brass spacer, which, you know, it's an actual somewhat accurate shim-like thing. I just wanted to make sure I had the right counts, and it looks like I did a fair job, but I was questioning that the other day, so good there. Keep on going. Grub screws. Oh, I remember that being one of the things. That I remember doing that after the stream. There was a tool that you could print out that helped you line up the pulleys and the spacers and all that good stuff. I know I used it. I know I printed it. Where did I put it after that? Might be in my myriad of parts here. That's all the Z stuff. Did I throw it in this big old box?
says I should have a bigger. I get a bigger screen.
You need a bigger screen?
Yeah, you're crazy says. I need a bigger picture because I'm better looking than you.
No.
Especially when I'm wiping my nose.
I'm not gonna deny she's better looking than I am.
But he's smarter. So what are
Well,
we gonna do?
that's also debatable. Because I'm the one that thinks it's entertaining to stream on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, we could just switch over. We can watch you do things while I have the commentary.
Answer comments.
We should set up a transition like every 5 minutes. They get 30 seconds of you full screen, and then it would be like a beat the clock game for you. It's like I'm gonna be on screen in like 2 minutes. I gotta. I don't know where that tool is.
How's my volume? Somebody said my volume seems low. I can get closer. How's that?
We can
better.
If we need to adjust it, we can turn it up.
That's right. I bring Jello shots to Murph.
Can turn it up like Leonard Skinner.
Have we even talked since Murph? Have we done anything since Murph?
I was gonna ask you like to look if you have YouTube like when was the last time because I did one. I don't even remember which one it was. I did one while you were out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done one, but I don't know that you've done one.
You did King Rune while I was out of town.
I don't know that you've been on since we went to Murph though.
No, I don't think so.
Where's the stupid tool?
Yeah, Vince, I just moved closer to the microphone. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, so we made Jello shots at Murph. I did anyway, and it was fun. And I only made like 35, thinking, I'm not gonna have a lot of takers, and I didn't get halfway through the room. Everybody. So next year, I'm teaming up with Angie, who's friends with who's married to Jeremy. He's from Marshall, Missouri. I don't know his handle.
Yeah, Jeremy Lucas.
Jeremy Lucas.
He's a follower.
He's got a brick and mortar opening up soon. Anyway, though, and we're gonna go, and she's gonna do some, and I'm gonna do some, and we're gonna have little Zelda hand them out for us. She's such a good helper. So
nothing like giving a child some booze and
like
telling them to hand it out.
She's such a good kid, though. She's an old soul, I swear. She's a good kid, and everybody knows her. So it was fun. So.
I'm digging through parts. I want to say that I even made that tool like out of bright yellow so I wouldn't lose it, and then I lost it.
Maybe move my box up. Somebody said because I'm blocking the print. So if you put my box up in the top,
it's really hard to get everything on the screen.
I know it.
We could
or move me over in front of
the
toolbox.
I think last time, because we're gonna switch to something like this, with a little bit better view in the corner. I think last time what we ended up doing is I just started building right here, because I'm more apt to step this way than I am to step that way.
Okay.
And now I think I'm in jazzercise. I'm gonna throw out something.
Oh, there you go. And you got your close up. That'll work, I think.
So we'll try that. See if that works. Okay.
Yes.
So the tool that I made to build this thing is gone. But I don't think I need it again for a little while. Basically, it was just a little piece of plastic that had 3 different heights on it to set the pulleys and everything. I know that I did that, and then I promptly lost that tool. So cool. That's typical. Next, how about motor orientation? I know that I thought about all this, but again, it's been so long ago. So that one's good. Scrolling. That one's good. What now?
Oh, just somebody said, take some shirts that have Jackie effed me up at Jello shots at Murph. I wish I brought enough. I'm really disappointed.
You underestimated the booziness of Murph patrons.
I certainly did. I did not know. Now I do. Andrew, though, had tequila, and that was good. That helped us all.
Yeah. And your sinks.
Is
get
that who
big.
gave you you took a shot of tequila out of a printed shot cup.
No, he tried to get me to take one, but I couldn't do it.
Ah, that was fun. The beer exchange. We did a little beer exchange. Got
Yeah.
to try some different beers.
Had some people stopping by.
I really enjoyed that. That was probably one of the best. I mean, like I've only been doing Murph and Earth, and then the Rocky Mountain Rip Rap. Only been around one time before this, so that was my second Murph, and I had a ball. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to Earth too. I think we'll have a good time there too.
It's not a bad time for sitting around a barn in 100-degree heat.
No, it's not too bad. The fans are
Not
going. It's
bad.
all right. You're out of the sun.
Not too bad for something your husband forces you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I can tell you one rule of a magnet tray: don't stack them. That's a really bad idea. Because now I have a bunch on the back of the tray too.
John is his name. John 75 Keg 75. John. Hello, John. Yeah,
I saw
perhaps next year. Shot shirts.
shot shirts. I saw Joel Driver was in the chat, and
Yeah, Joel. Yeah,
Joel's
he brought us
been a-
pizza.
yeah, Joel has been around a long time, and he brought like 84 pizzas or something. He had like a stack of pizza that was bigger than his kid. I swear they brought him in on like a hand truck. But that was awesome. He came around, hooked us all up. It was sweet.
Yeah, you gotta stay a little longer, Joel, and partake. We waited a little bit to.
Yeah,
Get 'em out,
it was
dude.
like almost 9 o'clock.
It
or
was
something.
late.
It was really late.
Yeah, definitely after 7 or yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's a black hole. Mike doesn't know if his liver can hold up to Earth. I don't know. I'm getting slow in my old age. Can't do that stuff anymore.
Me neither. God, I get such a bad headache. But it was good. It was fun, and I regret nothing.
Hmm.
Glenn Hogue brought this beer from Alabama, and it's that microbrew stuff. And it's that microbrewed stuff, and it's like 8%. So he brought a double, and he brought an IPA, and that pretty much did it for me. I was feeling all right after that. Yes, lightweight.
I have to say she was pretty sleepy by the time we made it back to the hotel room.
Yes, I was.
Needed a nap.
I needed a nap. I got up later and took my contacts out and washed off my makeup. I just went right to bed. Water-filled Murph. Sergio says something about water-filled Murph. Is that when it rained?
Yeah, a couple of years
It
ago.
flooded there.
A couple of years ago, there was like 2 inches of water all over the floor. We didn't experience both times that I've been to that new barn where they've got the concrete floor. We've been okay, but I could easily see if it was humid, how that floor could get really interesting.
Yeah, slippery, I would think. And you're getting wet. Ugh.
Yeah, no lobby gathering this year. That was a change. And nothing against them or anything like that, but several of the bigger creators, let's say personalities. There was a lot of big creators there, including myself. I'm a big name. They weren't there. And I would say a lot of the instigators of shenanigans like that were probably some of those folks. It was kind of a chill Murph this year, honestly.
Very chill.
Real easy going. I don't know. It was just a little different. And I think, I'm not blaming Rocky Mountain by any means, but I think, you have to make a choice of where you want to travel for the year, right? I mean, it's really expensive. And I think people wanted to check Rocky Mountain out, especially for the first year. So a lot of folks didn't come to Murph so they could check that out, which is totally cool. Rocky Mountain was, it's a great show, but it's not Murph, Murph is, there's something about, the free-for-all of a stock barn that Murph gives you that other places don't. All right. So I'm guessing this thing's supposed to go all the way to the front. That's what it looks like. Probably, yeah, slide into place. It leverages. So we're doing the idlers right now on the front of the machine. Hopefully I'm looking at the manual, but hopefully the close-up cam can actually see what my hands are doing anyway. It was a lot of fun for sure.
I enjoyed it.
And I didn't hear of anyone getting sick. I'm usually like the first one to get a cold or something when we could do these things.
I didn't know COVID reports that I recall.
I didn't hear anything. I know, what year is it? I know 22, there were some people that were saying that they weren't feeling so good, but this year I didn't hear anything about it, so that's good too.
Yeah.
So the only way that one can go is if you flip it on the other side, which makes sense because that's the way the belt should run. The hardest thing about like doing these live streams or being on YouTube or social media in general is I see folks in the chat. Music Dad, he got COVID at 22. Yeah, we talked this year. I'm glad you made it. It's relating the social media names to the person that you're talking to in person. That because I know that I've talked to a lot of these people a million times, and then they speak to me in person, and I'm like, hey, it's good to meet you. Well, I've met you like 10 times.
Right.
You know,
right.
But I just don't know.
Yeah, we know your handle.
Right. So I don't know. I like things to be a little bit more personal than that, but I don't know how to improve it. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a YouTube channel, and I'll watch every video. That's how it should work. Oh, don't tell me I put the wrong. I think I put a 3mm in there when it should have been a 5. Yes.
Auroraline of Rome. I have to spell that one phonetically for me. He said he never. I haven't either. That I'm aware of. I have never gotten COVID. So, but
Front left, front right.
But thankfully, but I could have had it and not known. Who knows? You know, nobody knows anything. It seems like. Yeah, Glenn, it was that double, that Belgian. It got me. It put me on my butt.
Y left, 555.
The Wisconsin beer. What was the name of that bottled beer that I know you're trying to concentrate on? What was the name of that bottled beer that you had for me? I was away. We were handing out shots, I think, and then
it was vanilla. I want to say it was like a vanilla porter or
vanilla
something.
porter. Wisconsin beer. Oh man, I'm sorry, Shane. I should remember. I know I drank it.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Because I'm guessing. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm figuring this out.
Yeah, Glenn, I remember that one too. When you said you came back with COVID, yeah. Shane, that's the one, the vanilla porter that he chose. It was delicious. I do remember I really liked it, Shane. I'll have to keep my eye out for that one. That's true, Mike. And the older I get, the better, the more it's exactly like things get a little fuzzier for me.
No.
Leinenkugel.
Okay.
I do like Leinenkugel.
So
I like that Honey Weiss. I really like the Honey Weiss Leinenkugel. And the Summer Shandy's pretty good, but only sometimes. Like outside on a patio, Summer Shandy. Yeah.
So that one's 5 and 5.
You know, me too. I don't really get sick that often. During 2020, during COVID, they were saying, you know, get a flu shot because they want to be able to eliminate what if you're sick, they want to be able to eliminate the flu. And I never really had a flu shot before then. And so I went ahead and got it cuz you know, they said so. And then I didn't get sick at all. And I'll tell you what, I kind of like not getting sick. I mean, I didn't even catch a cold. And kind of like that. So I started getting flu shots every year now. I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't know. There's something to it.
So I had this one. I need to spin it 180. That's what's going on. I wasn't paying attention to Maple Leaf Maker's video close enough. That's what the problem was. You got the videos are nice, but you got to listen. You got to watch.
Music Dad, you live in Tennessee?
Music Dad is
or Kentucky, maybe? No, I don't even know. I'm not very good with geography.
30 miles from the Jack Daniels.
Thank you for the videos.
You are very welcome for the videos.
He does. He lives in Tennessee. To get out there. You know, they have that really great aquarium out there that I really want to see in Tennessee. I think it'd be really cool. We could go. Maybe we could meet up. That'd be fun.
Wives. They're always wanting to go places.
Oh, I know.
The basement's not good enough for you? Huh?
Well.
See? I always want to do stuff. Always talking about things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Music Dad is, I believe he's the one of the two only other people I know that has a Folger Tech FT6. So that makes him a titan of 3D printer fighting.
Why would anyone ever want to leave the basement, honey?
Uh-huh.
You asking me or you asking him?
This is where all the bodies are buried. Mm-hmm. I mean, all the fun happens.
Exactly. His first wife's underneath the floor, I'm sure.
I didn't marry her. Yes, that's now.
That makes me special.
I don't have bodies.
No, there's no bodies
under the floor. I would never say that and incriminate myself.
No.
The FT6 was your first experience building a printer.
Well, if you could build one of those, my friend.
Yeah.
Then,
especially if you built it the way they wanted you to. Wasn't all that intuitive. I had to get creative with mine. Actually, I know 2 or 3 people that have one, now that I think about it. But there's probably not that many of those out there.
Oh, Tom Llama's here. Hi, Tom.
Tom Llama. My favorite test subject.
Mm-hmm.
So let's launch into a story. So Tom and I are friends. We talk. He sends me a Twitter message and says, "Hey, I'm buying this main board." I'm like, "Cool. What do you want?" And no, I was much nicer than that. He was, because so we've always talked about, Clipper if you're old school Marlin or RepRap or whatever, Clipper, there's a bit of a curve to compiling, and you got to do a few extra things that you don't normally do. Once you're up and going, smooth sailing. But Tom he was getting ready to see if he could jump into Clipper, and sometimes, I mean, we haven't done it in a while, but sometimes I'll jump on a stream with Tom or whatever, and we'll talk about, compiling or what's broken or whatever. And I decided that, so he picked up an MKS skipper board, and I had one. MKS sent me one back in the day, like probably a year ago, and I never did anything with it. People just send me main boards for some reason. And I just happened to have one. I'm like, hey, I have one of those. And he got like a steal. Like, it was only $35 or something. And I think they're usually like 60 or something like that. But he's like, so this is the board I'm going to use. So I thought it was a great idea to launch into a video series about, from scratch Clipper builds. And we were going to just focus everything around the MKS skipper board. And I kid you not, like, as I start thinking about it, I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of stuff you really need to know ahead of time to be able to get all this stuff done. So I ended up making like 7 videos on this, on this whole thing. So, but Tom, the first video is already out. Maybe the second video is coming out Wednesday, I think. But Tom added a very colorful and entertaining intro to the video series that I much appreciate. That makes it all the more fun. So yeah, I've been working on these scratch Clipper configurations for the last couple of weeks, and there's all kinds of cool things that you can do. We've taken a lot of different twists and turns, but should be good for all the Clipper folks out there. But it's been fun. But I blame Tom. Tom got me involved in all of this.
Well, I mean, thanks, Tom. Actually, I think we got a lot of content out of one little board, and I mean, I feel like we got several videos.
We got a lot done.
Yeah.
When you think about it, I mean, like if you're doing scratch, like if you don't, especially if you're building a custom printer, you're not just upgrading like Tom's going to do. I know Tom doesn't, Tom don't do kits. There's a lot to it. And again, I sat down and started thinking about it. I was like, well, they should know this and they should know that. And then now I have all these videos. So good enough.
Yeah.
I blame Llama for everything. Maker Viking is here.
I took that mead down to my mother's house.
Mead.
Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, that's some interesting stuff. I had never had it before. It was pretty good. Never had any mead. All right. I don't think I ever did report back on what page we're on. We are now on page 46.
Joel says he was in IT for 20 years and he's Linux all the time, and he doesn't know how normal people figure it out.
I don't know either.
Dave's waiting on Dave. It's coming. It's coming, Dave.
What, winter?
The Clipper camera video. He wants the Clipper camera video.
It's coming, Dave. And actually,
it's in the queue. It's scheduled.
Yeah,
actually,
we should. So Dave was talking about multiple cameras on Clipper, and I'd never done it before, of course. So this is actually not as flat as I would like it to be. I'll have to adjust that. Dave was talking about that. He was over here the other day, and he brought me some cameras. So I figured that out. Of course, I had to make a video on it. But what we should do is unlist it and send Dave so he can watch it ahead of time, and then he can get up on cameras.
Yeah, I'll do it right now, as a matter of fact.
Just send it over to, well, we can...
Yeah, I'll do that.
Email it to Dave or whatever.
See what I can do here.
I pulled that top extrusion out, and I think I knocked it off kilter a bit.
If I have Dave's. Do we have Dave's?
Yeah, I know I got it on my side.
Media, can I send this to Dave on? What's that?
I got it on my side.
All right. Well, Dave, we're gonna get it to you. I enlisted it, and then I'll get it to you.
That's one of those things too. It's like, Joel was talking about Linux. When you lay out all the steps, it doesn't seem very difficult. But if you didn't know what you were looking at, there's no way you're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, it may as well be in another language. It looks like the Matrix to me. I'll be honest with you. I
can just imagine
Yeah.
what some of the people that watch the video are like, command line again. I don't know how else to do it. Sorry. My videos are very boring, but if you need it, it's there.
They're important. They are reference videos, and they are important.
They're important to someone.
That's right.
All right, that's a little better.
You are a wealth of knowledge, honey. You have to share that with the
Just
world.
full of crap. Okay, so now we're gonna put the X and Y motors on. So we'll start on this side, and they are specific. They're only gonna be one way. So that guy. Yep. All right. Frustrated and take a break. That's the best thing to do, and I don't know. I haven't in all my years of building things. I still don't know that lesson very well. I have a hard time taking a break when something's irritating me. And if I did, I'd probably just fix it much faster. But just keep, hammering on it. It'll be fine. Fix it till it's broken.
I'm kind of the same way. I get real frustrated and then want to throw things out the window. It's
I have lost the tantrum throwing that I used to do in my younger days. When things frustrate, I haven't done that in a very long time. But I still just won't let it go.
We have a Kaya video coming out too, Joel.
Yes, Kaya does make things much, much easier. We've already done the series like on the long-winded, this is how you install Clipper, and there's just too many steps.
Pi 4. Have you worked with a Pi 4 yet?
Absolutely.
Do you like it?
Pi 4's fine.
Glenn Hoag's got one coming.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, they're just now coming back to B. You can now buy them again.
Oh, your mom's here.
All right.
Hi, Mom.
So, if you all are TV enthusiasts, which, a lot of us are nerds here, so I'm sure you are. Netflix, all the good streamings and things. So, I blame my mom for this. She got us watching this show, and it's on, what is it on? MGM, or one of the 1,000...
MGM Plus.
One of the 1,000 streaming services that we have. MGM, I think it was on, like, HBO or something before. But anyway, she got us starting watching this show From, and it's like we're at the end of the second season, and this thing doesn't make any sense at all. It's not even like twists and turns. They just keep piling garbage on top of garbage.
Yep.
I have no idea what's going on now. It seems like something completely different was going on last time.
Yeah, I agree. It's just one more thing.
I have no idea.
Yeah. It's they're gonna have to give me something, Mom. They're losing me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some information here. We're gonna have to find, give me a tidbit of resolution, and I'll watch again next season. But if I don't get any kind of satisfaction by the end of this season, I'm probably gonna quit.
Well, the worst part too. So there was 10 episodes this season. They did absolutely nothing. It just kept getting worse. And we're like at the last episode. We're halfway through the last episode, and still nothing has happened.
Yeah. Do you remember that show Lost? Now, I never really watched it.
I remember the show, but I never watched it.
I guess, Lost just sort of... Anybody watch Lost? Lost just sort of ended suddenly, and I think that's what happened, is that there was never any it just got weirder and weirder, and they started piling on more and more and more, and they never gave you any answers, so you're just frustrated at that point. And now it's done, you know what I mean? And if they're not careful, then I think that's probably what's going to happen, is you're going to get the Lost effect here. I call it the Lost effect now. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, and I know my mother, she has patience for a little while, but she's sending me texts while she's watching this show. Like, I don't even know what's happening. I can just see her yelling at the TV, while this is going on. I feel kind of the same way. I sometimes I'm getting ready to lose it.
Ascension. I never saw Ascension.
Ascension. I don't know that one either.
We might have to look that one up. We're always looking for shows. Streaming too in general now is half the time is looking for shows.
Well,
So let's find something to obsess over this week.
That's what I don't like about streaming, is it takes longer to find the show than it does to watch it.
On the plus side, what I do love about streaming is there is an endless supply of really crappy movies. And they're only about an hour and a half long.
You can watch some real crap.
Oh man. But it's only an hour and a half, right? So you got an hour and a half.
But you only have so many hours and a halves in your life. But you will have seen every crap movie, so win-win.
Well, Joel Driver says, Mello does have a repo with the config they use to build Armbian for the Gemini and others. I think you mentioned looking for that in a past stream or a video, maybe?
Yeah, I've been kind of on a tirade about distributions and Linux and all that. And I think Mello does probably a little better job than some of the other folks, like MKS and Big Tree Tech, But hey, I found all the tools I was looking for. They're blue. I was looking for yellow. There it is. I think they do a little bit better job. But I would really like to see them come up with some sort of standard Armbian release, so we didn't have to chase all these different files. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Hall effect end stop. Is there anything about this in the notes? They don't tell me anything else until 79, and I'm on page 48. Replace it with magnet during initial calibration. It's not a super critical part, so I could probably leave it off until later. But I don't know. I was guessing probably this used sensorless homing. Or is that a Z stop? I'm going to say it uses sensorless homing, and we're going to move on. So let's keep going. Okay. Now we're going to put in the crossbar. I'm surprised Mom didn't come back with something complaining about the show, because I totally get it now after I've seen the second season.
Yeah, I'm getting a little frustrated. And we're getting ready to watch. I fell asleep last night during the final episode of second season, and so we're gonna have to watch it again. But I do not have high hopes. Maybe though, in a year when it comes out, like when the second season comes out in a year, then maybe I will have forgotten that I was mad at them.
You forget how much it hurt you.
Yeah. Yes. I will have blocked out the pain of not having any information so that I can get frustrated all over again.
Well, the worst part is, I kind of like the characters and stuff, I mean, they got a good thing going, but
I like that guy. I don't know his name, of course.
They're all no names, I think. But
he was in Oz. I don't know if you watched that prison show on HBO, Oz. No, very graphic. But he was in that show, and he's done some. And he did Romeo and Juliet. The one with Claire Danes and.
No, I don't know that one.
DiCaprio. That's a quintessential '90s movie. Mom's rewatching it and she still has no idea what
Yeah. I don't think there's anything to figure out. I think
oh
it's
my
just
god.
it is what it is now.
Oh, Steve's here. Hi, Steve. How's your kitty? How's it going? How's the build going, honey?
It's going. I was talking about you earlier. Steve got me squared up with some LDO specific parts. So we're in much better shape now. The frame's pretty much done. I could probably use one more round of leveling and getting everything together. We're working on it. It's looking good. All right. Slide into place. But thanks for joining, Steve. Always good to see you. If you don't know Steve, Steve's the one that came up with this whole thing, the Trident. What's Steve do? Steve builds.
Oh, Kitty's doing okay. Just so you know.
Good.
Kitty's doing okay.
When wife is here, we ask cat questions first.
Yes.
Printer questions later.
Yeah, forget it. How's the cat?
Yeah. But I need a cat. I'm extremely allergic to cats. I don't mind cats at all, but I can't even touch one. I'll blow up like a balloon.
If he weren't allergic, I'd have a cat. We had a cat for a couple of days.
I was just getting ready to launch into that story. We had a cat for a couple of days.
We didn't name it or anything.
No, it was following me around the yard, helping me with stuff. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, so a hairless cat? Oh, yes. I could put lotion on its little skin so that it doesn't...
We'd have like 40 cat sweaters.
Oh my god, I would love with the ones with the really weird kind of flat ears. Oh my gosh. So cute. I would love a hairless cat. So Chris and I were hanging out outside, right? And we hear this crying, kitty cat crying. And I'm like, what is that? You know, and I wouldn't let it go because I'm like, what if the cat's in trouble? We should try to find it and maybe it's caught or something, right? So we go out and he's like, all right, you know.
Well, and preface this that there's a lot of cats in this neighborhood.
We have a lot of feral cats in our neighborhood.
So
that's absolutely
just
true.
another cat
Sphinx,
fighting
yes.
or something. You know, I
Yes.
don't care. But anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, it's a Sphinx, the one with the weird little
Sphinx
ears.
cat,
Yes,
that's right.
I think they're so cute. Anyway, but so Chris is like, oh, you know, let's go look. So we go out to the front, and right on the other side of our gate is a smallish cat. She can't be any 6 months to 6 or 8 months, just a little girl. And she's just crying. So we're like, Chris like, should we let her in? I'm like, yes, let her in. And we give her some water and a little bit of food and this little skinny cat. And I put something out on Facebook. Nobody's claiming her. And so we feed her and water her. And we're like, yeah, but we got to go. You can't come inside.
We let her in the gate. We let
her in the gate. We let her in the backyard with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, and then Chris is trying to work down here the next day. And this cat is at the window where our little squirrel friend was.
Yeah.
There you go, at the window. Just crying for Chris to...
You could hear it on the recordings. This cat was so loud. I couldn't make videos because the cat was standing there complaining the whole time.
Yes. So, thank you, John. I would have liked to be new mom, kitty mom. But anyway, but so... Chris ended up having to go outside and work, like he had some things to do outside anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but he ended up going outside and hanging out with this cat, and he fixed a few boards on the deck, and he was going down to the shed, the little outbuilding we have, and cat would just follow him, and
it was like a dog. It would just kind of,
it's the first cat that I've ever seen that you really liked, that you seem to like.
Well, I'm not around cats very often.
I don't really like cats. And then Kitty never came back. So I'm thinking she was awfully friendly. I think somebody just scooped her up.
She had a little collar and everything. I think
she belonged to somebody. I think she just got out.
I was just entertaining her for a day or whatever.
But it was kind of nice having a cat while we had one. You could pet the kitty, and she was
the only cat you're ever gonna have.
real friendly. I know, right? And she'll forever live in my heart.
That's just sad.
Kind of like Curly. Do you remember Curly?
Yes,
I will
Curly the
remember
dog.
Curly. Anyway, this is a dog that we saw at Petco.
That's another story. Another
But I'm not gonna get
heartfelt
into it.
story.
I saw a dog named Curly at Petco. I fell in love, and Chris wouldn't let me have it. And
And I'll never be able to
you'll
let
never
that
live
go.
it down.
I will
ever.
never live that down. That I didn't let her have the dog named Curly.
This dog gave hugs.
See, she does it to me every time.
Anyway, I guess we'll let it go. Oh, Music Dad says my 8-month-old beagle bought him a 4-day kitten, and now we're friends.
Oh.
Cat's 6 weeks old. Did you have to bottle feed it and take care? I would imagine. Hopefully,
Little bitty
gave
guy.
little bitty kitty back to his mama. I didn't know I was gonna cry today.
That's how you know you're really telling a story.
We're gonna cover them all today. We laughed, we cried, we built a printer. It was beautiful.
That's really all the
Dog named Curly.
That's all the things that were, in life.
Country music. I think I have a career idea here.
But
yeah.
Ricky Tanner should be here. He's
Yeah,
the
where's
country
Ricky?
star.
Write me a song.
So,
Oh, mother, he had to bottle feed this sweet.
Oh.
Sweet kitty. Cute.
So the one thing that I know we're deep into cat stories, and that's what makes the internet go round. But there's one thing that you need to know if you're building one of these Trident kits. This back piece here, it's actually just a little bit offset, and we're gonna find out why here in a little bit. But it's actually just a little bit towards the back of the machine, and it might not look right, but it is right. The manual tries to tell you that some, but I think it's just a bit confusing. So just keep that in mind. So there you go. Now commence, cat stories. I ruined the mood with printer talk.
Ah, well, that's all right. We were done talking about cats anyway.
So that,
Silo.
right. Yes. There was something when you were talking about that. There's something else I was going to bring up, and I can't remember what it was now. I do that like every time I need like a teleprompter for things I'm going to say.
I should be writing it down for you, like a good site.
Write this down.
Write this down.
I'm going to come back to this in 3 hours.
10 minutes. You're gonna want to talk about it.
Long-haired cat is not necessarily going to cause more allergies than a short-haired cat, and a hairless cat is just as likely to trigger allergy symptoms. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The important part is that, this is Steve. Steve will tell us why it's this way. The important part is that the extrusion is perfectly aligned with the rear corner extrusions. It's often easier to set the printer on the back to help keep it aligned. Perfectly aligned with the rear corner extrusions. Oh, because, gotcha. Okay, so that's why. It's because the gantry piece, the piece that goes across those motor mounts, is actually inset a bit. So this is stepped out some so that it's aligned with the frame. So what Steve is saying is you flip it over like mirror, and then you can kind of smash it and then put your angles in there. Now it has to be left and right, correct? You could, with these parts here, it might be kind of hard, but they give you the measurement for it, which is... I scrolled too far. Steve's going to have it up there. 175 millimeters. So there you go. Left and right, correct. Yes. Excellent. Brilliant. No, that's what I was going to say when I was just talking about things I couldn't remember. We saw the first time ever, and I don't get out much, but the first time ever, we saw a hairless guinea pig.
Oh my god.
That is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my life.
Strange little guy.
Well, they're not completely hairless. They got like little bristles on the top of their head and like some like on the edge of their nose. They're really strange. I've never seen anything like that
He was
before.
cute. He was a little black guinea pig.
It was really weird.
Yeah, with his little ears.
Oh.
Woo! He was just a cute little guy. We talked about guinea pig, but then I cascade into guinea pig drama whenever I start. I call it, I prognosticate, and like I predict the future. Generate all of these problems that I'm going to have with my fictitious guinea pig. I am ridiculous. I don't mean to be, but boy, it's all downhill. We talk about getting a guinea pig, and
I know.
the world falls apart for me.
I know there's a lot of married folks in this chat. I don't know how your marriage goes, but I just kind of let her roll sometimes. And the guinea pig was a great example of how we do things around here, because I swear it was like, we should get a guinea pig. And then the next thing you jump to is like, well, guinea pigs cost a lot of money, and then you got to feed it, and then you got to take care of it, and we'd have to build an area for it. And then it was like, what do we do when we go out of town? All these things are valid, right? Well, then we jump to like, it should have its own room. And I swear to God, it ended with like, how are we going to afford to send it to college? And then, no, we can't get a guinea pig. And this went on for like 2 hours.
Well, and guinea pigs do better in pairs, so we need to get two guinea pigs.
Well, it's true. That was very early on.
Not a boy and a girl guinea pig. It has to be 2 girls or 2 boys.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, life's fun around here. I mean, it's very entertaining. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. But the hairless guinea pig was an interesting thing to see. I had never seen one of those before. They had a little black one. His skin was black. But the picture of the hairless guinea pig was a pink one, and it was just kind of ghastly looking, honestly. It looked like those, baby mice, like they feed the snakes or whatever.
Little pinkies.
Yeah. But yeah, I never knew there was such a thing. You learn something new every day.
They're cute. They have little sweaters for hairless guinea pigs. Oh my god. And I'm looking, Joel told me to look it up. Oh, gee. Here's one that looks like a football. Oh my god. There's one that looks like a little French-made uniform. It's adorable. Little fire truck. Oh, I gotta get off. I have work to do, Joel. Don't send me into some
French-made
spiral.
Look how far female guinea pigs have come. And you're trying to put it in a French-made uniform.
This sets women back.
Female guinea pigs everywhere.
Your mom said she was allergic to the guinea pigs, and somehow she managed to take care of them.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of when you're a child and you get a pet, and then it becomes your mom's pet. She was much more involved with the guinea pigs than I was. We had a little brown one and a little white one. And every time they lived in we had like a laundry room, and they lived in this little tub, and it was like a split level, so it was just a little short staircase. But every time my mom would open the door to go down those stairs, you could hear these guinea pigs just because they knew that food was coming.
They're sweet little guys, I think. I mean, I think if you handle them often, they're
a little skittish, but
yeah, but I mean,
they're okay.
But they like to be held.
Yeah. It's not a bad pet.
Nah. I think it's a good first pet. You and I have talked about this.
Well, they don't live very long.
No, they don't. Exactly. It's a good first pet for a child to teach them about life and death.
All the good stuff.
Something to take care of.
Scar them early.
And then it's not your problem anymore. Yeah.
All right, so there's that one. We got that. Z extrusion. Where's this supposed to be? Oh, that's the one we just did. It's just showing you the bolts.
Secure Logic says he's going to stick to his reef tank.
Yeah.
You got saltwater fish?
Yep, reef tank.
Yeah.
Saltwater.
We have freshwater fish. We got a 120-gallon tank upstairs.
That I'm about sick to death of.
That Chris is tired of cleaning.
I've been doing fish. We did fish when I was a kid, so I would clean the tank when I was younger at home. And then I thought about 20 years ago it would be a good idea to start doing fish again. And now I'm tired of it. I'm ready to give up the fish business.
Yes.
I still don't like how flat these are.
John, chinchillas, yes, and I've seen the little chinchilla videos. They're adorable, and they hold things where you can put little hats on them. They're so freaking cute. They're kind of, they're really cute, but I don't think they like to be touched or held. They're not as cuddly as some animals, but I do like chinchillas, and they're very soft and sweet.
They make a good coat.
I wasn't gonna say it.
That's not nice, but
No, it's not.
But they are sweet little guys.
Yeah.
But they do make coats out of them. Dan, the 3D printing dad, we actually saw. We saw Dan at Murph, him and his lovely family. They do bunnies, like they're bunny crazy. They got lots of. They are always posting pictures of bunnies, and they are the most adorable little things you've ever seen.
How do chinchillas taste? A little gamey. No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I can't imagine eating them.
That little face looking up at you.
Guinea pigs, on the other hand, are quite popular in Peru.
Yeah, they eat guinea pigs.
They eat guinea pigs in Peru.
Bolivia. I mean, like a lot of different places.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, well, Rushmere 3D says that he had a dog.
James.
Huh?
James.
James.
Yep.
They were gonna wait after their buddy died, and then and now they have a cat.
Yep. Yep.
We're gonna hold off for a little while.
So
Maybe
many.
a dog. You know what? You don't. Dogs sort of happen to us. We don't.
Dogs always find me for some
Yeah.
reason. This has been though the longest time. Hanky's been gone a little over a year. This has been the longest time that I haven't had a dog in forever. And it is different, for sure.
It's a little quieter around here. A little less dog hair.
Dog hair is what holds things together
That's absolutely true.
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm happier with that. I don't know that my granite is as flat as it could be. Okay, upside down assembly. That's where we were going with this. So the back of the machine.
Yeah, John, Chris cleans his tank about once a month.
Yeah, so mine's freshwater. I don't have as many fish in there now because it's been set up since like '08. I want to say it's been around a long time. I had a lot of fish in there at once, but they've been dwindling. So I've got about 4 or 5 catfish, and I've got a tinfoil barb and a couple of parrot cichlids, and that's it. And it's 120 gallons, so I got a lot of filters on there. So I don't have to clean it as much as I used to. It gets less and less all the time, but it's still a pain. Okay, back.
Oh, love peanuts. Somebody here has a chinchilla. William had a female chinchilla, and she couldn't have babies, but she was very outgoing and she liked her peanuts. See, I would just like feeding little critters.
All right. So I haven't looked up from building in a while. It is getting warm in here.
Yeah, I'm glad I put my short sleeves today.
We're going an hour and 20 minutes. 75 people are watching me struggle with this, so we're right on point. Okay, so now we're getting into rails, MGN9 rails, and we're going to start on the left side. We're upside down. Where are all the rails? Here they are. If there's just a few less parts on this cart by the end of the day, I'll be happy. Well, so far all these are very much the same. That makes the build much easier on all the rails. There's a big old fat rail. I'm not rail shaming you. I'm just saying. He's much larger. So these are all 9s and these are all the same size.
Maka. Andrew says his grandma had a chinchilla and she called it Maka, like as in make a coat out of them.
Oh.
I guess she had a twisted sense of humor, is what he says. That sounds about right.
It's nothing better than a zany grandma.
Did you print the parts for the Trident MK3 enclosed? Joel Driver wants to know. Did you print the parts for the Trident MK3 enclosed?
Yes and yes. Now, I'm going to let you in on a secret. People are going to freak out from here on. There's only 75 of us, so I'm sure it's just the cool kids, so we won't tell anyone else. These are all PETG parts. Gasp. I should make that one of my things. I honestly, the Voron printers, they all are made to be enclosed, and I get it. I like it. That's cool if that's the thing you want to do. But
Steve's leaving. Sorry, go ahead.
So, yeah, people are freaking out. I love it, but I don't. I would rather run these without the enclosure. I just prefer to do it. I like to watch them work, and I show others how they work. I haven't had enough experience, honestly, with Vorons to put one in the mix for production part making. It's mostly just for my pleasure, showing things on it, things like that. So I don't do the enclosure. So I'm not real focused on PC or CF or ABS, ASA, anything like that. I just want to get it built. Now, like the hot end parts and stuff like that, I print all those out of PC. So just saying. So there we go. Now everybody's freaking out, and it's fine. What do we got? A sticker from Sergio or something?
Yes.
Oh, okay. There it is. Gotcha.
$20.
$20, Sergio. Thank you, Sergio.
Thanks, Sergio.
Appreciate it. Andy's here. Media Man 3D. Andy. Hey, Andy. How's it going? Literally, people left. They fail under stress in different ways. They do. And I don't disagree with that at all. But I don't know. Maybe Steve and I should have a video. Like we should do a video chat about the differences in all these parts. I need a dun dun dun. I should.
Yes, we do. We need a dun 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 sound.
Printing ABS does stink. I got back up after falling off the chair. Make this a very good build to compensate. I don't disagree. That's how you know who your true friends are, when they excuse your Voron building habits. We'll see. Well, and maybe I'm wrong. That's a good thing. Don't believe what I say. I'm just a guy on the internet. It should be reading that, but it's not. That's for Derek. But thank you for the 10, Derek. So don't do what I do. That's for sure.
Chris, I think the problem is not the temperature, it's the material properties of PETG and ABS. Like they fail under stress in different ways.
Yep, I don't disagree with that.
Steve's been printing a little bit with PETG lately, and foam blasters with these foam blasters. I don't know what foam blasters.
Some people just really don't like PETG. I've always had a lot of luck with it. It's true. If I'm wrong, I get to build it again for more content.
There you go. We like that. Greengate does PETG only. And they got some pretty colors.
Yeah.
You reading John's? I went to 71, then was back at 76. Nero was saying they creep. So it will work, but you have to tighten. Nero uses his Voron MK3 enclosure.
Yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely update you. And if you remember when we built the switch wire, now the switch wire is a different animal, right? Yeah, as long as I'm not enclosing it, I'm not worried about it. So, and I'm interrupting build time here to explain things, and I'm not going to explain. I'm not going to, you know, explain why I'm using PETG. But we talked about during the Switchwire build. I use PETG. Some people are saying like in their Voron enclosure, it's self-enclosed, that they can get it up to like 50C. That's really freaking hot. I don't know what they're printing or what they need that much heat for, but like I've never really printed anything that, and maybe they're printing higher end materials than I do, but I've never really printed anything that 30C, 35C in that neighborhood wouldn't fix. So if these are really that tight, and you can get, I don't have a lot of experience with it, right? If they're really that tight and you can get them to 50, then there's a problem with PETG. I totally agree with that. But I don't, again, not really looking forward to the enclosure at all. And I don't expect to ever get it that hot. So just thoughts, just what I'm doing. But I will, of course, I will report back. If it fails, I will admit it. I like the failures just as much as the success. That's the fun part.
Oh, Mom gave you $1.50.
$1.50.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. I wonder if that's enough for the ice cream man now.
I was just thinking that.
And it came with a cat sticker.
What else? What else would your mom do?
That's right. Cats. What was that? What's that commercial with the little kid?
Oh, it's from Toby.
It's from Toby.
Thanks, Toby.
Toby's the cat. Toby is a very unique cat.
Perhaps. Yeah.
He's Toby moves at my rate of speed. He's as relaxed as he can be. I like that about him.
Steve says that his purple trident was tripping a 70C temp limit on his chamber thermistor.
That's crazy hot.
It's really hot.
Yeah. So that's, yeah. So all right, we'll see. So we're putting, now that we're all back off the floor and we've taken our heart medicine, I'm putting on the left rail. Fix it till it's properly broken. Mom started a cat fund.
Yes.
Voron enthusiasts are a tough bunch. They can be. But, some of those guys really know what they're doing. So, Steve is here, and I don't want to talk about somebody, that's here, but being on a stream and YouTube and not being able to have them voice their opinions is kind of, you end up talking about people. Steve is a very knowledgeable guy. He designed this thing, right? This is Steve's build. He does the Voron stuff, but he's, those guys that like to tell you that you're doing stuff wrong while you're doing it. That Steve is not one of those guys. Steve is, he gets it. He knows that this is fun stuff. Enjoy what you're doing, enjoy what you're building. He gets the whole picture. He's not just super focused on, you have to do this or it's going to be crap. It's not that way.
Your way isn't always the only way,
Well, and
letting people sort it out for themselves.
I am not building things for NASA.
Right. Well, that's it too. My God, it's a hobby. Well, Steve, I think this is your actual job, but for us,
right? I'm just, if I was to build this for someone else, I expected someone else to use this and, it to have the proper longevity and all of that, I would reconsider the things that I do. But since I'm just building this mainly so I have something to do while I chat with you folks, and, experiments are welcome, right? Does PEG work okay? We'll see. It doesn't, I'm not making these for production.
Absolutely. And Joel said earlier in the chat, he said, if it does melt, Chris will know how to fix it.
Well, it's true.
It's going to be okay.
Well, I will look at it just like everyone else. Like, huh?
Yeah.
I guess that does happen.
I guess I was wrong.
That's a problem for future Chris.
That seems to be the theme around here.
That
too.
guy will fix it.
That's future Chris's problem.
That's right.
Steve's a good guy, though. You've been super helpful too, Steve.
Absolutely.
We always like chatting with you at the rep wraps. It's always good to see you.
It always the people, and you know, it takes all kinds, and I get it. You know, people are people, right? We've all seen social media. People are capable of anything, but the people like that on the engineering side of things, rep fests, and you know, we all get it there, right? It's like, we're just here for fun. We're here to see each other and see what we can build. But on the engineering side of things, the people that want to tell you, you know, why are you doing that? Well, you're already out the window. Why? We should never ask why. It's just, can you? Is it a good idea? Probably not. But could you do it? Let's find out. That's the stuff I really like to do. Doesn't have to be a good idea. Cool. The LDO kit, rather than having a whole bunch of T-nuts on the bottom to hold the rail, they have a nut rail. It's just a full rail with a bunch of holes. That saves a ton of time. So, awesome.
Yes, it's all content, John. It's all content. Did you get it on tape? Chris, what was it? Usually that's something that we do. I've been working on this. Did you film it?
Oh.
No, it's for me. But you didn't film it.
It would have been, if you didn't film it, it didn't happen.
Yes. Not a huge fan of PETG, but I like PCTG.
Yeah.
Has some with glass fiber. He's trying to dry it out. I don't know what.
Drying it
what's
up.
PCTG?
That's polycarbonate.
Oh.
With PETG, and that's the thing about copolymers like PET. You can mix it with things really, and that's one of the great. You can do it with other plastics, of course. I'm no thermodynamologist, but that's not a real thing.
I was like, wow.
You see how easily I lied, just right off the bat.
You see how easily I believe you. I'm like, man, good word.
But anyway, I don't know thermodynamics, and you know, I'm not in the chemical business. But it seems more common, like for PETG or PETs to mix it with things. A lot of people really like PETG with CF, carbon fiber. And you know, I've never really had a lot of luck with it. I mean, drying it out and stuff, you know, you get it good and dry and it prints well, but it seems like I've always had problems with delamination. And it might have just been the brand I was using at that time. It's been quite a while ago, so it was probably relatively a new-ish thing. But yeah, I've never really had a lot of luck with the mixes of things. People need to write down all of the, because I've made up like names of jobs before. You'll need to write down all of these. It'll be an actual job one of these days. Hear something? Listen. Do you smell something?
Exactly. No, I don't hear it now. Maybe just something outside, I'm sure. Where were we?
Protopasta CF is amazing. That's good to know. I don't get around to trying a lot of protopasta. Oh, there's a squirrel out there complaining. I can see him.
Oh,
He's on the top of the bed.
Who asked about the squirrel?
He's making that noise.
He's barking at something, the squirrel.
He probably hears us talking.
Probably yelling at us to get away from the feeder. We keep bird feeders in the back, so we get yelled at a lot by birds and squirrels and neighborhood cats. Whatever.
Yeah, neighborhood cats. All right, so now we're on Z. Oh, I should pull those off.
Uh-oh, where's it going?
That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I see it.
I probably won't.
If you need it.
Probably won't get to any more rails again today anyway.
All right. Okay, where were we? Protopasta. Oh.
Sergio Atomic PTGCF. All right, right on.
With no issues.
Okay, cable chains. Cable chains is something that is different in the LDO kit. That there are different kinds. There's some with 3-hole mounts. There's some with 2-hole mounts. I have both sets of printed parts, but I did want to pay attention to that because we have to go one way or the other. Ooh, I probably did this last time. They gave me a toothbrush.
I believe you did.
Such a funny joke. You can do it multiple times. Dad jokes. A little piece of chain. Hopefully that didn't like break off of something. These all look whole. All right, so what do we got?
Yeah.
Two hole.
Andy, he came. Squirrel showed up. Wants to watch the stream.
Where's I'm gonna get it wrong. We've talked to her at the rep things. I believe it's Fix It Brit now is her Twitter thing. It used to be like Brit Sith Lord. I see her on Twitter. She's a maker streamer, but she always does squirrel pick of the day. She has some very interesting ones. I never think to, because we've always got some sort of squirrel doing something crazy back here. I always think about that. I was like, I should post a picture, but I never get around to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has like a squirrel sighting of the day or whatever. They're
Creatrix. Creatrix.
Creatrix Brit is what she is. Okay,
Brit.
gotcha.
Is she cosplay too, or is she just?
Honestly, I don't know. I've
Maker.
met her a few times. I know she's a Twitch streamer. But I know her best for squirrel sightings. I have another set of parts somewhere. How many sets of parts do I need? All of them.
I'm sure.
I think these are for something. No, these are for Voron parts. What's that? I think these are mostly. Here's one. These are mostly.
She does it all. Cosplay, streaming, she does it all.
Does it all. Doesn't surprise me. She's
She
very talented.
clever. Yeah, clever came to mind. People.
Here's a few parts.
Sergio says the only problem with any CF is you need a hardened nozzle.
Yep. It will it'll chew right through brass. Remember that, folks.
What is CF again?
Carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber. I think I knew that.
Oh wait, I've seen these parts before. Now that I think about it, the Z parts, because I remember I pulled them out to do the inserts. There's just so many parts.
You got a lot of stuff.
Oh, there they are. I just think there should be 3. Aha, there are 3. And we have to do some inserts. Okay. So we're doing 2. We've got 2 holes. We're good there. Next up, back there. And then... that's a good question. So I have 3 Z-nuts in that back extrusion. 2 of them are needed for the Z-mount. Where does the third one go? Does that sound like one of those my uncle is my brother's father trivia things? Brain teasers? It does. See if I can figure that out before Steve tells me.
Jose Ferreira says hello. Hello, Jose.
Hello. for the cable chain anchor. I think all of mine are 5s. Well, Canadian, I'm sorry, Maple Leaf Makers. I was going to say Canadian. I guess Maple Leaf could possibly mean you weren't Canadian, but probably not. He shows it on the left, so we're going for the left. He's now my source of truth. Back. Rail safety. All right. Steve, I was talking about, so on the back rail at the bottom with that Z mount, on the bottom rail in the back, facing towards the inside of the printer, I put 3 T-nuts in there, 3 M5 T-nuts. I was following the Maple Leaf Maker video. I was wondering where the extra one went, because you need 2 for the Z. Does it go to the left or to the right? The video shows it to the left, and somebody said it might be a cable chain mount. So I'm going to the left. Super Canadian, awesome. Didn't want to, say anything that wasn't true.
Where in Canada are you from? Maple Leaf Makers?
The maple part.
East or west? When there's a choice, Steve goes, or Mike goes left.
I always go left.
Left-handed. Me too.
Oh, jeez. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Mike Fancy and I were really good friends until now.
Yes, well.
Lefties unite.
The LDO kit probably doesn't use that one. I think it would be for the Wago mounts on the left corner. Is that
Gotcha. That'll work.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Maple Leaf Makers is Northern Ontario. Right at the heart of the Great Lakes. Nice.
I probably actually knew that about Mike Fancy.
East Coast Canadian. You knew that Mike was a lefty?
I believe I did. I just blocked it out.
Yes, Kenneth. We started a long time ago, but we're back on track now. We had one stream before.
Oh, it had to be more than a month ago now.
We're back on. Yeah, sorry.
But we're full steam ahead, I swear.
That's right.
This thing rings really well, though. It's got quite the tone to it.
Making music.
I like it.
Mike was left shamed as a wee kid. Oh my gosh, me too. Now, I wasn't forced to be right-handed or anything. I know some people back in the day would try to force you to be right-handed, but I wasn't that. But I bowled when I was a kid. I was a bowler, and I bowl now. I bowl in a league now. And you're bowling with the wrong hand. That's why you can't bowl good. Oh my God, it's driving me crazy.
It gets funnier every time I hear it.
Hilarious. Now I use scissors with the right hand, and when I played softball, I was a switch hitter, so I'd catch and throw, or throw with my left, but I'd bat right-handed. And So I don't know. You know, I think though lefties are sort of ambidextrous anyway. Because we are forced to be. Because it is a cruel right-handed world that we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. So.
It's a hard world to live in.
It is tough out there.
Stuff's hard all over.
Especially for left-handed folks.
Oh, maybe not.
Oh, Glenn Hogue is a lefty too. And he uses scissors with his right hand. Yeah, you just have to. Chris got me for Christmas one time. He got me a pair of left-handed tools, like cooking utensils and things like that. But you'd be surprised. They're cut it for a lefty, like the angles and stuff, like the wooden tools. Anyway, he got me a pair of left-handed scissors, and for the life of me, I could not. It just wasn't happening. I just could not use them left-handed. It was weird. So I ended up using the right-handed scissors. Left-handed folks in their weird ways. It's true. Scissors with the right, mouse with the right. Me too. You know what? We can use the mouse and write things down at the same time. Very handy. Or use the mouse and type.
Now you're just bragging.
Yes, it's true. We're that good. So there are some good things. Pickleball. I play pickleball on Fridays. And two lefties playing on the same team. It's the kiss of death because you got two forehands and you got two backhands. Nobody wins. It's very tricky.
I think I'm going to have some more coffee. I just picked up the wrong rail, and I thought this build was coming to an end.
Do you need more? I gotta run upstairs anyway. You want some more coffee?
How's it going to be? Oh, shoot, it's almost noon. Yeah. Here,
I'll bring it down for you. Yeah, set your cup out for me, and I'll bring it down for you.
I'll switch it over. There you go.
Thank you.
Cup.
Thanks.
Thank you. See, now I don't ever have to take a break. I can just keep on building.
Work. Keep working.
Work faster. Always need. Hey, Bob, how you doing, man? Yep. If I was more organized, this kind of thing wouldn't happen. Organized. That's so funny. What kind of gap? Bottom gap. 1 to 2 millimeters is fine. Gotcha. I'm with it. No, that's just not nice at all. Just thinking about all the, you start building this, and now I'm mindlessly putting screws in. I'm thinking about all the other stuff I need to do. Got a few things that Earth is coming up on us very quickly, and of course I don't have everything done that I need to get done. Earth is always so hard because it's in Baltimore. We're right in the middle. Rocky Mountain was good, and Murph are good because we can drive and I can take all kinds of stuff. But Earth, you have to be very selective. So I'm trying to build something that is somewhat easy to ship. But still, worth coming out to see. So, but it's coming up fast. I got to start getting some stuff done. It's going to be really hot. Don't forget your wet washcloth. So, a lot of us grew up in the 80s, me included. It is going to be really hot, and I'm not planning on going outside very much. A lot of us grew up in the 80s. Did your mom, and that's my mom, if you didn't know that in the chat. What did I just do? Huh. I've trapped my rail. When I was a child, when you went someplace when you were a kid and it was hot out, you know, I don't know, I was pretty young. You can set it there or whatever. Thank you. We'd like go to the zoo or whatever, you know, when I was 7. My mom just said, it's going to be hot out. Don't forget your wet washcloth. But when I was a kid and we'd go to the zoo or whatever, my mom would have this wet washcloth in a Ziploc bag. And, you know, you'd just be standing there, you know, being a kid, watching the elephants, whatever. And you just get hit with this 90-degree wet washcloth in the face. You know, she'd just grab you and you know, wipe your face off, wipe the sweat off your face. And you're, you know, as a kid, you're like, oh, and that was how you cooled off when I was a kid. You got hit with the washcloth. Memories from being a child. They're awesome. So yeah, don't forget your wet washcloth if it's hot out.
Use Kleenexes. Out of your mom's purse.
Yeah. If it was your grandma, they were out of her sleeve.
Oh.
Remember that? Otherwise, she'd had the sweater on.
Yeah.
Your grandma ever do that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, not my grandma, but I've seen it. I've seen it done.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. All right. Now I need some rail stops. Before this stream, I was like, oh, I'm going to get so many things done today. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm going to just knock this thing out. It's not happening.
I have oh, you know what? Mike, it's because I forgot to turn on my microphone when I sat down. Hi, I'm here.
Technical difficulties. I'm just shouting at some random person.
Yeah, no, I'm just hollering at Chris. He's used to it, though.
I am pretty used to it. Now, I know I printed some of these. Aha.
Technicalities.
M38 and Hammerhead newts. M38. Do we get hammerheads with this?
I don't know what.
You don't know.
I know nothing.
You don't know. I do believe, though, that there was some in one of the bins.
And so, oh, you didn't turn on my camera either. But don't stop what you're doing. Keep.
Oh, well, that's the important
Keep
stuff.
working.
Faster.
Yeah.
There you go. Now there's a box right in the way, so you can really see stuff
There you
good.
go.
All right.
We're having Chinese for dinner tonight. That Chinese place won't know what hit them. I'm going to eat my way through it.
Just going to go in there, order 5 entrees, and take 2 bites.
2 bites of everything. Throw the rest away. Or make Chris eat it.
And they're going to be like,
Don't come back
What's
here.
the matter with you people?
100 degrees outside, and I'm having soup.
The lady that runs we've been so it's been there probably a couple of years now, but it seems
Yeah.
new to us because we don't go there very often. But it's the newer Chinese place around here, and those people are just super super nice. And I went in there the other night to get some carry out. It's been a couple weeks ago, but get some carry out, and we ordered soup, and she hands me the bag, and she's like, she just looks at me kind of funny, and she's again a very nice lady. She looks at me kind of funny. She says, "It's so hot outside. People just keep ordering soup." I'm like, I didn't know what to say to that. I'm like, oh, okay. People just keep ordering soup. Hilarious. She's very perplexed by people ordering soup.
No soup for you.
No soup for
No
you.
soup for you.
Next. Was the soup Nazi ever back on? Oh, only on the last episode. Because I really thought that they like showing him after Elaine ruined him. I really thought that there would be a funny episode showing him like, climbing back from the bottom, coming back as the soup Nazi. But he was on the last episode on the jury stand saying how horrible Jerry and all of his friends were because they ruined him.
Yes. Soup is delicious, Mike, and ice cream is good year-round, and so is crock-pot. I'm making a declaration right now. Crock-pot is okay year-round. You do not need to wait until fall. I'm a crock-pot person. We're having soup on Sunday. We're having tortilla soup for dinner in the crock-pot. And so there you go. And then Jose, yes, people drink hot tea in the desert, and I'm a coffee drinker. Hot coffee. No PLA for you. Ooh, somebody's making pot roast in their crock pot today. We haven't done that in a while. I lay off the potatoes. He can have potatoes. I try not to eat. I'm trying to low carb it, so I haven't made pot roast in a while. Lasagna in the crock pot. I've seen recipes. I have not actually done it.
Lasagna in the crock pot?
It can be done. Anything that you can put in an oven, you can put in a crock pot. I know that.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think the science works on that.
Ooh, hello from Greece. Hello, Emmanuel from Greece.
What are we doing here? Yep, we're on the right one. We need another rail.
Steve's watching. Your mom says Steve's watching and asked if that's an erector set. And who is that lady in the corner? And what is she doing? I'm the sidekick, Steve. I read comments and keep Chris company.
You should. Steve is my stepdad, by the way. My mom. That's my mom. Steve's my stepdad. You should. I can see, like, I know their living room and I know how they're currently configured. What they're watching on TV right now, or if she's watching it on her laptop or whatever. But mom should make up some sort of elaborate story about how it's competition erector set building, and now I'm in the finals.
This is going on Discovery next week.
$50,000 cash prize. And the lady in the corner is my coach.
You're the best around.
She's just here for psych out music.
I could find that rubber chicken video where the rubber chicken sings songs. It's hilarious. Sorry. If you know, you know.
Sing songs, huh?
Well, the guy squeezes this rubber chicken, and he's got rubber chickens in different tones, and they squeeze in different tones, and he does different songs. It's the funniest thing I've seen in a really long time. It's TikTok.
I think a lot of the things that I put on YouTube are garbage, but then I look at the Rubber Chickens playing songs. I'm like, hey, maybe it's not that bad.
Haven't I?
I don't know. You're
Anyway.
constantly leaning over, showing me something.
It's hilarious, but no, there's a whole barrage. You're one of the good ones. There's a whole bunch of crap out there, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Don't knock it till you tried it, I guess.
yeah. John wants to know if we debated it. Did you debate on using your real name on YouTube? I did not, but I'm not real savvy on cybersecurity and all that stuff, so
Nah.
I just kind of went with it. But
I just figured they'd blame it on the golfer. Because there's a famous Chris Riley golfer.
oh well, there you go.
I believe there's like a really famous doctor that's also a Chris Riley.
Well,
No, I did not have time well, I wasn't creative enough to come up with another name. My channel started like just out of habit, and then I just stuck with it because I didn't want to change anything. Doesn't bother me any.
yeah, I just didn't think about it. But I try not to use my picture or any like front-facing picture where it's just me in the middle of the screen with a picture. I try not to do that. I mean, I don't know. You do what you can, but in all honesty, the man knows.
The man.
I know, right? The man knows everything about you anyway. If you've ever gone to school or have a social security number or been in the military, anything, they all know. It doesn't really, So, first name, and Jackie isn't my, government name either. Not that really matters. It's out there. It's not like it's a secret. So, I mean, they're gonna know. So, 3DHP, why does that sound familiar? Who is that?
It's Jerry.
Jerry. Hi, Jerry.
Arizona. So Jerry is in Arizona, or he's in the Las Vegas area. We're talking about how hot it is, Jerry. Give us the good word. How hot is it there today? How hot is it going to be today?
Yes, John, my name is Jacqueline. Yes. Just say no to the cloud. That's
Clouds are for rain, not for data.
After working with the government, I do not think it's the government that matters. That's probably true.
I've worked with the government a handful of times, and most of the time I found they can't figure anything out. So being able to figure out my data, probably.
They have bigger fish to fry.
I guess. Now, at least the United States government. Maybe other governments are better.
Maybe y'all's government's better. I don't know. Probably.
I don't know.
Witness protection program frowns upon sharing your new name online. Thanks for the tip. Mike.
But only because it's more paperwork.
79 and cloudy. Storm coming.
Whoa.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, you guys got a hurricane, and you're going to catch some of that.
They're gonna that one that's Hillary or whatever, the California one.
Yeah, the 80-year storm coming. Yeah, there's going to be flooding in your area too.
Las Vegas is always floods, right?
Yeah, well, if it rains, I believe it floods. I mean, I don't live there, but I've been there a few times. But in the last few months, it's been about 110 degrees. That sounds about right. I don't look old enough to be Chris's mom. Thank you. I'm not. So, thank you. I'm not.
Chainsaw Squirrel is his name as well, so I love it. Get old enough to Chris's mom. We were at a bar one time and somebody thought we were brother and sister.
Yeah.
Like, well, that would have been awkward.
Well.
Bottom right. So that's fine. How about bottom left?
Yeah, California went from kind of no rain and terrible drought. Now you're going to get more than you bargained for. Gee. Makers Event Horizon. That's a great name. Hello.
Event Horizon.
I like it.
It's that scary black hole stuff.
Yeah, it is. That movie's scary. Uh, Hot in Florida. No, yeah, I'm sure. Hot and muggy. Ugh. Flooding at my house. Too high on the hill, so he does not flood. Good for you, because that stinks.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the one I have facing up. There's a blank one. And there's one. Where does that one go? That one. That one should be on the bottom.
Mike says, brother Chris and his sister? Didn't know you were from Tennessee.
Oh, that's just not right. Go ahead.
In Missouri, Mike, they make, so in Missouri, we make Arkansas jokes. So I think that, and if you live in Iowa, you make Missouri jokes. So I would imagine that and when I lived in Indiana, we made Kentucky jokes. So I think you just kind of, whatever state is south of you, I don't know who Floridians make fun of.
Everyone that is from a state sounds like a real jerk.
Or Glenn and the Redneck Riviera over there, who do y'all make fun of? I don't know.
Well, the real question is how far south do you go before all of them make fun of Northerners? Because it seems like everyone makes fun of the South.
Oh, sure. Well, Mike's in Canada. They make fun of everyone.
Well,
you can make fun of Americans in general. And then... Yeah. In Illinois, they made fun of Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Alabama. Georgia. Oh, Floridians make fun of Floridians. That's funny. And Wisconsin. Somebody said Wisconsin. Where are you from, Claus? 61-8-21. We all make fun of Northerners in the South. There you go. Oh, Mom's leaving.
Bye, Mom.
Thanks for coming. Oh, and he's from Illinois. Yeah, there you go.
It's not everyone that streams that can say their mom comes to the stream.
She really loves you.
Absolutely. I love her. Everybody should love their mom.
$87 outside. I'm looking at the temperature here. It's 87. And
Climbing.
It's only noon. It's going to be nasty. We're going to get 103, 104 this week. And that's, I mean, that's nothing compared to the desert states I see. But we got humidity also. It makes it's a lot for us. I know, like, when it's super humid, I just have a really hard time kind of catching my breath. I mean, I'm not asthmatic or anything, but damn, if I do anything, I'm winded. I'm glad I got the grass mowed last week. His mom lives about Secure Logic. His mom lives what, 10-15 minutes from here, not too far. Well, that's true. You got to do what you got to do, James. It's perfectly acceptable to hate your parents depending on their actions. That is true. You got to take care of you. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Surge. Surge Hawk. It's 80 years. You guys haven't had a hurricane in a long time.
It's been quite the run.
Mm-hmm. But you do get like El Nino, and you get, El Nino. You do get other things. Uh, 3DHP, you guys are a little better equipped too for the hot weather, I think, than us folks in Missouri. I mean, because I've been out to Vegas and stuff in, July and August, and it's hot. I mean, it's really hot, but you're going from AC to AC. you guys, you build shade. It kind of, I don't know. You get there and you just sort of adapt.
Goner.
Here you go. Somebody's got something for you. I need an adapter plate made for a extruder. Struggling to find someone to design one for it. Any suggestions?
To design it?
Mike has suggested at Media Man 3D system.
Oh, yeah. Depending on what you have, what printer you're building, Media Man 3D has the whole Hero Me setup. It's available out there in Printables, Thingiverse, all of that. That might get you going the fastest. Actually, that's a good thought, Mike.
Oh, you got a lot of people suggesting Hero Me.
Yeah. As far as like designing one from scratch, I'm sure there's probably somebody in this chat that probably does that, on a paid-for basis. That is not my gig. I barely get by designing my own stuff, so. But I'm sure there is somebody out here close, within our wheelhouse, that could help you do that for less than $1 million. I feel like I've been building a lot, and I've made some progress. But I feel like I'm not showing much progress.
Well, you got on a couple of motors and
Did a few. It looks different,
you're
right?
doing stuff.
You're doing stuff and
I see
things.
ya. I see ya.
Got me thinking about Chinese food. Now I can't stop.
Yeah. Mike is designing a tiny, tiny gear for a clock on his screen. Little gear. And we're just chatting about Hero Me and Principles.
Oh, there he is right there, Andy.
There you go.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Where are the gummy bears? Somebody wants to know. He ate those.
They're long gone.
They're gone. Gummy bears don't last long around here. We're both we both like candy.
If there was candy to be had, it's gone. Rails are on. Next.
What page are we on?
We are on 79.
79. And what page did we start on?
34.
Oh, so we're moving right along.
Hmm.
All righty.
Doing okay. The funny part is I set, like for the next stream that we were going to do, I set all the parts out that I needed, and that's the last place I looked for the parts that we needed today. So that was really helpful. All right. What we need.
Make sure your linear rails run smooth and don't hang up on anything. It helps to check now and then. Good call.
Always good to check.
That's a good idea.
You never know exactly what's going on with a rail sometimes.
Well,
depending on where they were sourced. Well, actually that's actually not actually true. I've had them that were very expensive and still cause a problem. There's this one. And we need an M5 nut. Gotcha.
Mike finds old gummy bears in Prusa boxes when he's looking for bits. He tries to be a good diabetic. That's good. Take care of yourself.
and M3 6. Now those show button heads. M3 6 button head. Yeah, that's these right here. No kidding. How about it?
Got those sweet hex trays to work out of.
Yeah.
Very clever.
What else are we up to?
Working on your project for Earth.
Yep. Oh,
Got something going. Uh-oh, where'd it go? I can hear
that's
it.
all right. We're just it's dead. We're moving on.
We got several.
It'll be in the cleanup process later.
Alright, it's been spotted. I have it now. I know where it is.
King Rune came back to us. You remember we did that stream with the King Rune KLP1 or numbers, letters inserted here. They came back, and the one that we got was not so good, and they sent us a bunch of parts. So I still haven't done it yet, but I do intend on trying to make that printer better. I hear they have like a version 2 that is better than the one that we got, which, I love it when companies release something and then automatically release a version 2 because the first one was bad. But it is, at this point, it is what it is. So I do have a bunch of parts, and I do plan on trying to fix it and making a video on it. So there's that. Again, we already talked about all of the MKS videos.
Mm-hmm. Have you told anybody what you're doing for Earth?
I've discussed it with a few folks, but not.
I don't think it's some big secret.
No, it's not a big secret or anything. We've been doing like when did we start with that? Actually, we took the Prussiacaster to Rocky Mountain.
Correct.
Right,
yes.
but that's just Mickey's guitar, right? We just built the guitar. We printed some parts, glued it together. It wasn't that big a deal. But then that I've been collecting and playing guitars for a long time, so that kind of set me off onto a path of designing 3D printed bodies, and it's just the body. It's not anything super fantastic like you have to actually 3D print the neck, but they are a lot of fun to to make. Plus, they're fun to take to shows because people stop by and want to play them, and you get to hang out while people are checking out your guitar and all that stuff. So it's a lot of fun to take places. So for Murph, we had the 3D printed Explorer body, and if you don't know guitars, that's just a big Z basically. So we had that. Well, this time we decided, since Earth, we were talking about Earth while you were upstairs. Earth is hard for us because we fly. We thought it would be somewhat easy to pack up a couple of guitars if I remove the neck. So that's going to be dicey, to say the least. I'm going to remove the neck and then try to ship them that way. And so for Earth, we're going to try to do a Flying V guitar. So, but I haven't built it yet. So we'll see how it goes.
You're working on it.
Working on it.
It's coming together. I can see that it's coming together. Would you have what's that plate that goes on the top?
Yeah, the pick guard and everything's been designed.
Yeah, you did the pick guard and it's looking good. It's coming together.
The nice thing about the V versus other guitars is, well, it depends what V you have. There's a couple different kinds. The one that I prefer, they call it the 70s V, whatever that means. Gibson does all kinds of crazy stuff with their models. It has, pretty much everything lives on the pick guard. So you don't, the Explorer, you actually have holes in the wood body, and you have a compartment in the back where you set your switches. And then the pick guard switch is way on the other end of the guitar. On the V, it's all right here on the pick guard. So there's actually a lot less planning you have to do. You just need a deep valley to store all that stuff in, and then you build it all on the pick guard. So it's actually much easier to design in certain respects. But the The hard part of the V is that it's symmetrical, completely down the center. It's equal. So there's no, because I'm doing this off of a picture of an actual guitar, like trying to mock it up. And there's no leeway on a V. It's either symmetrical or it's not. So that has been my biggest challenge, but we're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maple Leaf makers, get on there and print that Stratocaster. It's pretty cool. The Prusacaster is pretty neat. It's very clever design, and it's just neat to look at. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's really easy to assemble. It's, you know, if you buy that kit that Mickey suggests, there's a couple of different kits, but if you get that one, it's like $150 or less to build one. I don't know. It's a lot of fun to build. Gives you an excuse to 3D print some stuff. You know how it goes.
Yeah, some people design half and mirror it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I went with. I tried to use that method. I don't know Fusion that well, honestly. I am not an expert in Fusion, and that's what I do everything in. I learn a little bit all the time. But trying to get, so again, I'm working off a picture, so I've kind of tried to stretch one side out and then mirror it over, but then keeping it in line, like keeping everything straight with the bolt holes and everything, because I'm trying to work off the center section for the Prusacaster. So it's kind of a mix of a Prusacaster and a Flying V, because I'm using, I don't know, I felt it proper to kind of like pay homage to the original design that I kind of spun things off of. So I'm trying to split it down the middle while maintaining the bolt holes and everything, so it makes it a little easier to go together. It's just, I'm probably overcomplicating things, but, you know, it's my method.
Well, and that sort of seems to be the theme of the basement as well. Well, I mean, like, but, you know, it started with the Prusacaster, and now we have a Flying V, and now, you know, and then we did the Explorer, and anything worth doing is worth overdoing and overcomplicating.
Yeah. That's how it ends up, usually.
Well, and I do it too. Guinea pigs.
Well,
I mean, now I'm building a guinea pig society. I mean, it's ridiculous, but
well,
it's kind of what we do.
it's one of those things. It's like, this is cool, but you know what would be really cool?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm not saying it's not cool, but you know what would be really cool? Yeah. You get it. All right, there's that one. That's not it. That's not it. This is the third one. There it is. "3D printing for pets." Do I smell pot roast? Every stream always, at least, we touch on food at least once, but it usually ends with everybody needing to go eat either dinner or lunch.
Yes. Food is very important to me.
Well, it does keep you alive.
I like it. Big fan.
I'm thinking about 30 more minutes, and then we'll call it for the day. What do you think?
Well, that sounds good. Or if you want to pick a page, get to X page. That could really get you in trouble, though.
Yeah, I don't want to get overzealous with my page picking,
Yes.
because I'd pick this page.
Oh, Jose says pizza.
Don't get me started on pizza
Oh,
talk.
God. Here we go. Cheeseburger.
Oh, now see, now you're gonna get all the purists up in arms about pizza, and you can't make a cheeseburger and a pizza at the same time, and I mean, now you just started a fist fight.
Probably pineapple too.
Now, see, I like pineapple, but
I do too. Well, I was not a believer in the pineapple until we got married, and then this place Nikki's up the street from us has a like a Hawaiian pizza, and it's just ham and jalapenos and pineapple, and it is delicious on a thin crust, like a pizza on a cracker. It's so good. So that's what we like it.
pineapple pizza is fantastic.
It is quite good. Yes, I like pineapple.
The salty sweet combo,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yep. But I say this, you have to seed the jalapeno. You got to get those seeds out of there. Sometimes they slice the jalapenos and they just leave the seeds, and it just doesn't, it's too hot. You got to cut out the seeds.
Yeah, depending on the day, those things will light you up.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fine, but once in a while. Second one was so much easier than the first one.
Yeah. Bob says thin crust like that is the best. Yeah, I like it. If you're going to do a thin crust, then it needs to be crispy. I like crispy thin crust. Although there's that like New York style pizza where you fold it in half like a taco. That crust isn't exactly a thick crust, and I like that too. You know, most pizza, I just like pizza in general.
Pretty hard to screw up pizza.
It is.
If you're not discerning about what you eat, pizza can be made pretty much any way, and I'll go for it.
Yeah.
Some people, frown upon sardines and things. I think it's just fine.
Oh, Tanner's here. Ricky's here.
Well, we were talking about what country music. Oh, we were talking about how sad your cat story was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. We needed a country song to go with it.
Hey, live from the basement, the newfangled Benchy factory, still a work in progress. I see. Hello, Riley's. Hello. Domino's beef, onion, and jalapenos. That sounds good, actually.
Domino's is kind of an anomaly to us around here. Like, you can go 10 miles down the street, Domino's is fine. And then you go, like, our neighborhood, our Domino's is horrible. I don't know how they can screw up a chain pizza so bad, but they do.
Yeah, we don't, it's hit and miss with us. Yeah.
I have no idea, but.
And then somebody here, Andrew Rogers, said something about Chicago style pizza. Sauce on the top, a little too saucy for me.
I don't think I've ever had one of those.
Well, I mean, we had the dish here for a little while.
I still don't think I ever had that style of pizza. It never really looked good.
It's okay. Yeah. It's not for me, but I'm not from Chicago. No sardines, Jose. Absolutely not.
Is there even any place that still sells sardines on a pizza? You used to be able to get it from Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Godfathers. We used to have a Godfathers here, and they closed. So there's a few Godfathers around, Emmanuel, but not Pizza Hut, Papa John's. That's kind of the fast food pizza around here.
We have a local place, and I guess they're just Kansas City, Minsky's.
We got Minsky's. Yes,
they're
Minsky's
good.
is a big pizza place around here.
Yeah.
And then you got your, we started to get like Mod. I don't know if Mod Pizza.
Yeah, I have no idea if they're commercial or
Papa Murphy's. Yeah, Dave. We'll get Papa Murphy's every once in a while. It's convenient because you bake it at home. So I do and I like that cowboy pizza from Papa Murphy's. Oh yes. St. Louis style, that Provolone cheese. Have you had that? It's kind of a creamy. It's creamy. I'm not crazy about the texture. I mean, I'll eat it, but Papa Smurfs. Yeah. We have Minsky's quite a bit, Rick. We do
I need to do some.
We get the cheeseburger pizza from Minsky's, and then we do that prime cut. We really like that one too. It's all the meats.
Any pizza that has a
Good
slice of bacon
wings.
on each piece is okay with me.
Yeah, that's right. A piece of bacon on every piece. Yummy, yummy. We have emos in the grocery store. We don't really have, and I've never tried it.
That used to be a big thing around here, Emo's Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was one there in, you know that I'm talking to you like everybody knows where we live. That little shopping center with the Sunfest there in Westport, there was an Emo's there.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
39th and Southwest, right in that
Mhm.
area.
Yeah.
And when I worked nights, like third shift, we'd get one and bring it in, and it's like a flat. I think all their pizzas are this way. It's like flat, and they use like cheddar cheese, white cheddar or something. It tastes a little different,
Yeah.
but they always cut them party style. They're not actually. It's
there you
just kind of
go.
a, haphazard cut. It's pretty good.
Cracker covered in sticky cheese.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. I liked it, but
Yeah.
I'm not really hard to please when it comes to food.
No, Glenn's gonna have to go get pizza. Go get pizza.
We're ruining.
We'll have Chinese.
We're actively ruining everyone's dinner plan.
Absolutely. Forget the pot roast. No, don't forget the
No,
pot roast.
I'd totally
Pot
go
roast
for
is
the.
delicious.
I'd go for the pot roast right
I
about
would
now.
too. It wouldn't stand a chance. It's St. Louis, yeah. Kansas City does barbecue. We are barbecue folks. No, I mean, we do have our own style of pizza, and well, not really style. We just sort of take everybody else's style and make it our own. But
Lots of Italian influence in Kansas City.
there is a large Italian influence in Kansas City.
Not that pizza's really all that Italian, but we're gonna say it is.
It's yes. Soy Balecki? What is that, Emmanuel? New York style. We talked. I like it too. The New York style hand tossed pizza. What is soy balecki? Am I saying it correctly? Oh, in Portugal, sardines are a national thing.
What one year, and I think it was at Earth, but Uncle Ron is from Long Island, and he brought like 12 New York style pizzas, and like when we were setting up on Friday,
Yeah.
it was really good. Even though it was like he'd been driving for like 2.5 hours or whatever, it was still really good. Red Giant Gaming has subscribed.
Hello.
And in 5 minutes, you can chat with us.
Oh, yeah, Nashville's got the hot chicken, and I had some when I was out there, and I had some hot chicken and waffles, and it was so good.
But I was in Memphis a couple years ago, and I went to this place called Gus's Chicken, and they had hot chicken there. It was so good. It's been more than a couple years ago, but
What size tridents are you building, honey?
this is the 250. I'm not exact. I don't know the exact, but there's a 250 and there's a 300. This is the 250. All right. And M312.
Oh, here we go. There's an insider business video on Portuguese sardines. They harvest for 6 weeks, a year or something, and then package them so that you don't know they are thawed. Interesting. Sergio's on his own. His wife's in El Salvador, so he gets to eat whatever he wants. It's a food vacation.
Yes.
Eat all the foods while she's gone. You know what, Chris? I love my honey. He is lactose intolerant, so when he goes out of town, the first thing I do is I go to the grocery store and I get a big box of cereal and a gallon of milk, and I eat cereal all week.
Don't believe anything that she says, because she's a traitor through and through.
Oh man.
And you know, it's one of those things. Well, you can buy this type of milk. You can buy this type of milk. It's just not the
Oh,
same.
it's not the same.
It's not the
Reese's peanut
same.
butter cereal, by the
Oh.
way. The Reese's peanut butter cup cereal. Oh my god, it's
Ridiculous.
so good. It's so good. And it only tastes good with milk.
Ridiculous.
I'm sorry, honey.
You're not sorry.
Not at all.
You're just saying you're
Not
sorry.
at all. You haven't left town since COVID. I'm just saying.
I haven't? Maybe I haven't.
Well, not without me.
I was gonna say I forced you to go.
I haven't been alone to enjoy my cereal since COVID.
Cheating on me with cereal.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I didn't like Captain Crunch for a reason.
Yeah. Banana pudding dessert. Ooh.
I love banana pudding.
Mhm.
The little vanilla cookies.
Are you still running the Heat 2.1 or is it? Are you still running the Heat 2.1? Do you know what he's talking about?
Who is it? Where are we at?
Oh, George White. Cool. It's a 250. It was looking for that size as well until I found. Oh, they're chatting about it.
Oh.
Oh, Bear printer. Is that right?
I gotta flip back.
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. He caught
Are you
it.
still running? Oh, the Bear 2-1. Absolutely. I still run the Bear all the time. Orange Juice back here. He's the Bear. I actually have another kit I need to put together. That thing is a workhorse. I kick out all kinds of parts on that thing. Yep. So if I'm doing like a large project or whatever, it's probably the second or third one I usually fire up.
Some cheese, Coley, sorry. Some he can eat manchego, which I think is like sheep
Like goat cheese and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody on here was saying that goat cheese has more lactose than even cow's milk, but manchego doesn't bother him. The cheese,
It's kind of hit and miss, honestly.
There's a Mexican blend cheese that I get, and I couldn't even tell you what's in it. That doesn't seem to bother him. It just depends. A little cheese, like he can have pizza, but he'll pay for it, you know.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like it's really not a big deal to eat it. It's just really painful.
Yeah,
to not be able to digest. So I'll do it anyway, but it's not very comfortable to eat it. But,
Yeah.
But I can't like milk and stuff. There's no way. I just couldn't do it. But I live dangerously enough that I have to have cheese.
Yeah.
Can't do anything without it.
Jose, when we went down to Mexico, they put manchego on like sandwiches and stuff, and he was in heaven.
It was so good too. It's so smooth.
It didn't bother him. It was good. Yeah.
So there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but
yeah, he says it sounds more like cow milk intolerance, probably. Yeah.
yeah, probably.
Captain Crunch, cut your mouth, Tom. Captain Crunch hurts. It's painful. I like it too, but it hurts. Love hurts.
Last time she went out of town, she left me with a whole pan of Rice Krispies and like Rice Krispie treats. You know, if they get even a little bit crunchy, they're very abrasive. I mean, like there were so many. I had so many. Like the inside of my mouth was chafed. It was all scar, but I couldn't help myself. They're just so good.
Yes.
All right, all the Z carriages are on. Page number. Oh, we're gonna flip upside down. How are we doing? We got about 20 minutes left. We are on page 88.
We're moving right along.
We're getting there.
Yeah. What did we say? 161 was halfway through.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So
keep putting this back in, and I keep losing it. So I'm gonna leave it out. All right. Z motors.
yeah, manchego is sheep milk. That's probably why it doesn't bother you.
Love those sheep.
Yeah.
Tell them about our retirement goat farm that we're gonna build.
Oh my god. idea. You
This,
know,
this is, you remember the guinea pig story?
we're
This
gonna
is a
put it
whole
next
lot
to
like
this
that story.
exactly how this happened. So we're at the zoo.
In 1984, we were at the zoo.
Breeding goats. Chris and I are gonna have a goat farm. It's gonna be great, and we're gonna have schools there, and we're gonna have a little goat society. Now I need to hire somebody that knows something about goats.
There's the key.
Anyway, yeah, so we were talking about having kids come and hang out with the goats, and we could do pictures with the goats, and we could do baby goat yoga, and then we could do what was the
Baby
other
goat
thing?
yoga.
And I could breed the goats because there's a certain amount of inbreeding that's tolerable among goats. You got to be careful, I guess, because I've done a little research. Not a lot. I don't know a lot, but anyway.
Well,
Yes.
you have to make individual goat cheese that is
Oh, yes.
named per goat.
That's right, individual goat cheese. So this this cheese is from Lydia, with a slightly musty smell. I don't know.
She's been eating onions. I don't know how it works, but
Oh my god,
sure,
that
why
makes
not?
feed
Why not?
Lydia a bunch of onions.
She's in
and
the
then
garlic patch.
herb
I
cheese.
don't know. I don't know how goats work, but
Oh, I'm dying. That's
you know,
too funny.
spraying some things through a goat, it comes out in the cheese.
Anyway, but
But no-
yeah, so like this cheese is from Barbara. This cheese is from Ted. No, not Ted. Ted's a boy. You don't want that cheese. But anyway, yeah, so they make different goat
It's a female
cheeses
goat. She's just having a crisis.
and name the goat cheese. Having cheese an identity crisis. Yes. Anyway, I'll be.
But now you know a little bit more about what my life is like.
It does. It is. I'm sure it's a lot of work. I have no
Oh,
idea.
yeah.
what even-
It's
I have no
ridiculous
idea what I'm
amounts of
talking
work.
About. I just think it's. But yes, I don't know. I do like goats. They're funny. Goat cheese sounds repugnant. It's not. It's very smooth.
Goat cheese is semi-popular. I mean, it's not
it is.
unheard of.
It's like I don't even know how to describe the flavor. It's really smooth cheese though.
I worked with a guy a couple of years, and he had goats, and you know, like I would help him. He was an older guy. I would help him do things in there, around his little farmette or whatever thing. And I did get a chance to work with the goats, and let me tell you, they are 100% a pain in the ass. Goats are into everything all the time, and you know, it's not. I mean, like they like to jump on your car.
Yeah, they're little stinkers.
Oh,
I know
man.
that. But
They're a little mindless machines. They're interesting kind of animal. They climb on everything. That's right. They're next to impossible to fence. That guy had hog panels, and that's the fence. If you don't know, that's the fence with the squares in it. They're probably like 5-inch squares, 6-inch squares, something like that.
driving from Tennessee to Indiana, there's a place called Goat Milk Stuff. That's what I'm talking about. I think that would be really cool. It'd be fun. I mean, I don't know. You know, it'll never happen, but it's nice to dream. A little goat farm. Oh,
Yeah.
James, have a good one. Thanks for coming.
See you, James.
I will have to. Goats on the dam, YouTube. I have seen the ones where they climb like a sheer cliff. That's crazy. Like they're just holding on to this. They're crazy good climbers. Are those black lead screws?
Yes, they
Tom
are.
is very impressed.
Fancy. See how long they stay black. These are palm nuts, so if it was a brass nut, they probably wouldn't be black very long.
Yeah. Jumping back real quick on goat cheese, a lot of times what I have done is just take a package of goat cheese, you know, and put it on a plate and maybe smash it down a little bit and then pour some jalapeno jelly on top and you smear it on your crackers. It's really good. Or you can do like strawberries, frozen strawberries on top of goat cheese and smear that on your crackers. It makes a nice little snack. bouncing baby goat videos. Oh, baby goats are so freaking cute. With their little bays. Meh, they're so cute. Oh my goodness. Goat cheese in your mashed potatoes. Never done it. Yeah, I'll have to look up that goats on a dam video. I'm sure I would enjoy it. Coming along. Yeah, moving right along.
Working on feet.
It gives mashed potatoes a zing. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm intrigued. Does it have a waxy flavor? I don't know. I guess you know what? It reminds me I have a really hard time describing it. Yes, I guess it would have a
Waxy flavor? Oh.
yeah.
It's been a while since I've had goat cheese, I guess.
It's dry. I don't know. It's like a dry taste. I can't describe it.
It's a dry cheese.
Got a little wang to it though. It's not like I don't know. Manchego is yes, I would say yes. That I would agree about the it has a sheen.
I don't know that these fit. Are there supposed to be lefts and rights to these feet?
There you go. Cream cheese with a tang. I would absolutely. Same texture, same vibe. A little more of a tang. Good word. Yes. I would agree. Just like that. What do you got going there?
Feet. I got a couple of collars that go on top of the feet, and I think there's different ones. I think there's like lefts and rights. I think 2 are one way and 2 are the other. So I'm working on it.
Gouda too. We don't get to a whole lot of, fancy cheeses around here. I keep blue cheese in the fridge all the time. I put it on my salads.
Fancy cheeses.
Fancy cheese like Gouda and Jarlsberg.
Jarlsberg. Isn't he an astronaut?
That's a good idea, Tom. Wicker crackers with cream cheese and pepperoni. We have some cream cheese in the fridge.
Cooking tips with Chris's basement.
Never had Stilton cheese. Don't know what that is. But
it's cheese you eat on stilts.
I guess. I'm boring. I like the sandwich cheeses. So Swiss.
Sandwich cheese. Alright. Getting kind of sweaty.
Is it getting warm in there? You got all those lights on. Yeah, I'm doing okay, but I'm not, I don't have lights on me.
Probably 1,000,000 degrees upstairs. We got some stuff done though.
Yeah. It's 91 outside. I'm keeping everybody in check with the temperature too. 91 outside. Now I don't know. Like that's just my weather app on my phone. Now we could go out upstairs is the where we have the temperature gauge on the deck. But it's hot, hot, hot. Monty Python. I never got into the Monty Python movies, Glenn. Although, you know, I know a Monty Python joke when I hear one, but I don't really.
Feet assembled.
Vegan cheese. Fromage. I can't even say it. Fromage.
Fromage. French for cheese.
Well, I know that. Pricey but good. I'll keep my eye out for it.
All right.
See,
Feet.
that sounds okay. Where's Tom Llama from?
He's over in the northeast area. I want to say he's in Mass,
Oh, okay.
but he might be in Connecticut.
Oh,
I don't
alright.
remember now.
Oh,
He's over there.
Nice.
All right. So if we flip this
Cheesy omelet.
front, top, back.
Connecticut. Ooh,
Connecticut.
Beach Town. That'd be nice. Does it ever really get? Well, I suppose it does.
In its own way. It's different there.
Yeah. Right on the water. That'd be nice. I've never seen the ocean from the East Coast. I think that'd be nice.
Not quite the same as the West Coast, I can tell you that.
No. But I like blue cheese too. I always have it, like I said, I always have it in the fridge and I put it on my salad and just adds a little something. It gets really wicked humid
Wicked.
because of the water. Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah.
And then a rubber foot. I have rubber feet. Insert rubber feet jokes here. They were out here on the table.
Oh, okay. He's at the edge of the Long Island Sound, so it's sort of like a lake as much as it is an ocean. So you don't get big waves. Or do you? I have no idea.
Well, that's probably a pretty good size. Kinda, sorta.
My dad lived in Houston for a long time, so we would go down to Galveston and swim in the what is that? See, now I've lost my words.
Gulf?
Gulf, yes, in the Gulf of Mexico. And it was all right. Medium-sized waves, I would say. Good waves, not huge. And talk about humidity. It is humid in Houston all the time, year round. Dead of winter, humid in Houston. Oh, at least here it dries up. But I would say here in the wintertime, it's too dry. You have to be very careful.
Humid in Houston. That sounds like a sitcom. Back, front.
They get waves, but unless there's a hurricane, they're small waves. Yeah.
Here I am. Rock me like a hurricane.
Jose says, Houston, we have a humidity situation. You certainly do.
Houston?
Saturday chores are calling. Have a good day. Looking forward to seeing this printer dialed in. Gotta go. Bye, Media Man 3D. Who's that?
Andy.
Andy, have a
See you
good
later,
day.
Andy.
Thank you.
Still owe him an email. Need to get to that.
Oh, you're... See you at Earth.
Huh?
See you at Earth, he says.
See you at Earth. We'll be there.
Looking forward to it. I really liked it up there. That's about as northeast as I've gotten is the Baltimore. That's the furthest I've been to the east. And really pretty.
It's about the best time of year to go up there, too. Anything after that, it can start to get a little messy.
Yeah. We went to the National Aquarium last year, and that was fun. I think we're going to try to get to the zoo. Maybe. We're going to try to get to the zoo.
I don't know
in
anything about the
Baltimore.
Baltimore Zoo, honestly.
Well, we're going to find out. We got our flight don't leave until late Monday night, so I think we're going to try to hit the zoo. There you go. Tom went out and mowed his grass this morning. He has an electric mower, so he doesn't bother his neighbors. Mike says when you go to the zoo, remember your wet washcloth.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Hey, it's James.
Who?
Isn't that James? DB3D?
No, that's Dan.
Oh, sorry, Dan. Excuse me. Good to see you too.
I probably said that like, nah, it's just Dan. I didn't mean it that way, but hey, it's Dan.
I've never been to the San Diego Zoo. I wouldn't know. It seems nice. Dollar Store Dan. Is that his name? Is that
I don't know. My buddy Dave Wilson, he was in the chat earlier.
He's still here.
Is he still here?
Mhm.
He turned me on to the Dollar Tree, right, where everything is actually $1. They have metric tape measures for $1. And I don't know how accurate they are, but you know, horseshoes and hand grenades, I'm good with it. For $1, I mean, you don't see a lot of metric tapes at all around here. So buy 5 of them.
Mm-hmm. Mad Cat USA is here. Do you know him? Hello.
Probably should. Hello. I'd buy that for $1.
Now talk about a classic. RoboCop.
Didn't we just watch? Didn't we watch like a documentary on RoboCop or something? How they made it,
we
or
did.
yeah, how they
that's
made it.
Right.
Yeah, that was interesting. The guy that played RoboCop seems like a real jerk.
Yeah. Well,
You know, at least how they portrayed him anyway. He might be a great guy, I don't know, but they acted like he was a little interesting to deal with.
he's in a bad
I
mood.
guess
Carry
so.
around that
Well, the
costume.
costume would put you in quite the mood, that's for sure.
Yeah. I think, and it's hot there. I believe that was filmed in Houston.
It was.
The Budweiser
A lot
plant.
of it was, yeah.
So, Houston, humidity, very heavy costume.
It is dead on
He's crabby.
1 o'clock, and I am at page 98, which starts the x-axis. I think that is a perfect time to end the stream. So, we got the frame semi-square. I had to backtrack a little bit. We got all the rails on except the X. We got all the Z motors on, and we got the feet on. It looks a little bit more like a 3D printer. Only lost a few parts.
What did you do?
The parts, there's 2 nuts that set in the top of these that you can definitely tell it was made for ABS or something like that, because they're not very tight when you use PETG, but that's okay.
Uh-oh. You have the front Z stepper mounts on the wrong sides. We're going to have to look at it.
Front Z stepper mounts on the wrong sides.
Yeah.
Now I gotta look at the big picture.
Yeah.
You don't do it 5 times.
The logo should be at the front of the printer, is what Steve says.
Come on.
And yeah. Jose says just swap them.
Yep. 180
yeah,
and
those
and a
those are
swap.
upside down.
Yep.
So
They are. Oh well. Well, I kind of got it there where it needed to go.
yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
I built it upside down.
Yeah, hang in there, West Coast, California, braving the storm, and watch the rain there in the desert. It's kind of a mess when you guys get rain. So you guys take care. That's kind of scary when you haven't had weather like that in a long time, and then. So Tom Lama says, just turn your printer upside down.
Well, that's what I did the first time.
No
It seemed
problem.
right. We can print upside
See?
down. No problem. Flip these real quick.
Rick says because he's gonna have to watch you and the Royals at the same time if it went too much longer. Now we'll be done by 1:10, and you'll be able to catch the Royals game.
Those guys are they in town? They're gonna fry.
Oh, I don't know if they're here today or away. Let's see. They're in Chicago. It's still freaking hot.
Still gonna be
It's still
ridiculous,
gonna be
yeah.
hot. They're in Chicago playing the Cubs. How we doing? We're still not doing well though. I mean, like we ain't going to the playoffs or anything, but
We've actually won a couple
we've
of
been
games,
winning
but
lately. Are we still doing that, or
yeah, I don't know.
Bobby hit another homer yesterday?
My kid's a machine.
Yeah, he's good. We're gonna lose him.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do but
No,
lose now.
They need to go on to a better, I even heard, what was that? During all that trade business, even Salvi was open to being traded to the right team, he said. He was on the block and chopping block or whatever, the trading, and then they ended up keeping him, so I'm glad. Oh, 120. 120 is your game, but you'll be done before then.
Yeah.
Lead screw nuts on the bottom. Yeah,
They are on the bottom.
he's on it now. Working it out.
I'm all over it. Worst part is I have to clean all this up so I can start making videos on Monday.
Steve says swap the stepper motor mounts too. Put it in an email.
Oh, my Lord.
We're gonna be here all day. He almost got traded to the Marlins. Salvi almost got traded to the Marlins, but they couldn't get the return package figured out. I don't want to lose Salvi. He's our guy. Who are we gonna love? Salvi's a Royals guy. Pay him whatever he wants. He'll better not trade him. I mean, let him finish up. He's getting kind of up there.
I would figure he would, like... I hope he stays here, but he's kind of destined to go be a DH on somebody's team. He never ran well. He definitely doesn't run well now. He's a big old boy.
Yeah.
But he still hits really. He's destined to be Babe Ruth here.
He's a hitter. He would have said yes to the Marlins because he lives in Miami area in the off season. Well, fair enough, I guess. But I still, yeah, fair enough. But we don't want to lose him.
All right. So
Okay.
I flipped those, but I'll flip the Z. Later.
Start you a list of what you got to do. Steve says stepper motor mounts. And what did you say the other thing was?
Nothing.
Okay. Nothing. Forget it. Just turn
Forget
it
it.
over. Flip it upside down like Tom
I'm tired
said.
of this.
Alrighty.
It should be printing by now. All right. So
He's going to send you an email. Thanks, Steve.
I have no doubt.
I'll make sure he gets it.
All right. So there it is. We got some stuff done. I'm gonna have to rework, of course. That's just how things go. I was really hoping to get the belts on today, but we're a little ways from that. We still, the next thing we have to tackle is the X-axis. I will make it a less of an amount of time. I don't know when, but to the next stream, I promise. It won't be as long as this last one. I don't think we have anything else coming up that we need to stream other than this. The next big thing for us is getting ready for Earth, but I'm gonna try to do some of that ahead of time. So. Hopefully streaming time won't be hampered. So there it is. Thanks for everybody that hung out with us in chats, helped us along the way. Steve was here. That was awesome. Mike at Never Let the Machines Win is the best moderator in the business. And all the super chats, YouTube members, that is all highly appreciated. And my co-host for staying here for 3 hours and chatting with us while we did really nerdy stuff. So there it is. So we will see you very soon on the next stream. Everybody stay cool. Hopefully no one melts. And have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.